Let's see. I'm here. I'm here. Sounds like my mic is working, even though it wasn't last night, which is really annoying. Pour myself an iced tea. Have some conversations with Max on Discord about bad film. Oh, what a bad movie. Okay. I'm gonna stream for 2 heures, okay? We're gonna be French today. 2 heures. Should check if my stream is public. It should be. I changed it. I changed it. Concurrent viewers 1. Public video, okay. Wow, that was better. Yeah, that movie's fucking awful. It's great. I do not need to record this. So we're just gonna farm. We are but simple farmers. It's the unfortunate reality. So you should make sure this is the right microphone. It sounded like it was. Not advanced. It's audio properties. Sorry, Mike. Alright, Mike. Yeah. I think I need to farm Nargacuga. I've killed Narwhal 11 times for... I mean, I probably don't actually need to farm Rajang that much. Because he kind of sucks, so... Ugh. Probably need to farm her a little bit. Tigrex probably. Almudron. Definitely need to farm Gosserag because his stuff's actually pretty good. Fought a lot of Nargas. Time to hunt monsters. I gotta hunt the monsters. I've been getting so much fucking money lately. But like I spent all my Chimera points and I did a bunch of melds. I was fighting Narwa to try to get talismans. I'm like, this is such a waste of my time. But it's actually okay because I have a few talismans that are pretty decent now. Do I even want to show them? The problem with this method of talismans is it's actually hard to find the ones that you actually like. No, it wasn't that one. There was one I got that was like super good. But it's hard to find them. It's like... It would be nice if you could like favorite a talisman. So it shows up to like the top. This one was pretty sick. Level 3 punishing draw. And then stamina surge. Like stamina surge is like whatever, but level 3 punishing draw instantly with a socket is pretty solid. I have like 2. What's that? Yeah. I should probably just take that one off and just use this one because I'd probably rather have speed eating. Damn, I'm like, my nose is thing. I mean, I think I have what like DSP has. Like nasal drip or whatever. My nose is just like constantly running. That's the problem is I said I'm gonna stream for 2 hours. Here, let's look at all my talismans. There's a bunch that are like... This is one of the problems with talismans like this is that there's a bunch that are like anti-synergistic. Huh. That one's pretty damn good actually. Why am I not using that one? Well, it's probably like the same. Oh, this one's good too. Normal Wrap It Up and Quick Sheath 1 with a level 3. That one's pretty solid. Oh yeah, Resentment 3 with Evade Window. That one was also pretty good. That's like a decent hammer talisman. But you get some that are just like really weird. Like that one's a good one too. Recoil down with Spare Shot. Sometimes you'll get one that's just like super garbage. Yeah, Protective Polish 2-1 is pretty interesting because it's like lasts for 60 seconds with a socket. Problem is like I don't find much need. Sometimes it's just like, oh, it's okay. You'll get something that it's like, you'll get like critical draw and like, I don't know. Or you'll get like rapid morph and like normal up, and it's like, these don't fucking work at all. Like, who designed these? Hello, hello, hello. Milk and cookies. 22222. Oh, hello. A special guest has arrived. I don't even want to hunt. What is this thing I want to hunt? Actually, you know what? I probably need some Juratotus materials. So let's hunt the worst monster in the game. Well, arguably the worst monster. Do I have muck resistance? Is muck resistance level 2? Do I have mud jewels? You know what? I don't really care that much. Let's just fight him. Ugh. Oh my god, Max is describing this horror movie that like I've seen, and I told him to watch it. It's just like, it sounds so dumb when you say it back. I do actually recommend Urban Legends a lot. It is very funny in retrospect. When I was watching it, I'm like, man, this is terrible. It's like such a bad like 90s horror movie. 2 whole hours? Yeah, dude. 2 whole hours. Am I a fan of Rapid Morph? It seems fine. Like, honestly, it seems pretty good. I haven't played around with it, but like, it looks fine. The issue becomes like, can I fit in Rapid Morph and all the other things I want? Like, they made a evade extender insane in this. Like, it's nutty. Like, you can just like go across the like area. So like area 6, you could get across it in probably like 5 or 6 dodges with an evade extender. It's like actually crazy. Okay, good start. We're off to a great start. It's gonna be one of those days, is it? Let's be the game today. I got a lot of farming to do. Finalize my armor for my charge blade. Yeah, there's a lot to do, but, and the thing is like, yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. I found it pretty easy to finalize my armor. Like, it's mostly just charm farming, so it's like, what's the best way to farm charms? I don't know. It's probably, honestly, it's probably Narwa, which is it's been my experience that farming Narwa has been the best option for getting materials, because the materials are worth the most. So, yes, Narwa's a long fight, but it's also, once you understand the Narwa fight, it's like super consistent. It's a lot like Xeno'jiiva, where it didn't feel like super good until you got it. And then once you understood the fight, it was like, okay, this is actually pretty fast. And, yeah, I don't know. It just, I don't like charm farming. It's the same thing with deco farming, right? Like, I don't like the random factor. Especially since charms are like, they're like super worse, because like I was talking about it like very briefly earlier, but you can just get charms that are useless, right? You can get like a recoil down, punishing draw charm, and it's like, I'm never going to use this because it's not synergistic. But then you could get like a god charm that's like weakness exploit 2, like razor sharp 2 or something. Like, you can get something insane. Like, it's one of the problems with the charm system. I should actually check if this guy's weak to thunder. I think he is. I also think that this guy is. They probably made him like just have a crap load of health. It's kind of like how they gave Rajang, like, Rajang, as far as I remember, has like really low health. You just like, it's all relative, right? Like, he has low health relative to other monsters, but he's just like hyper aggressive, just balanced out by having lower health than other monsters. Whereas some monsters like this guy are balanced by having high health for no real discernible reason, because, or just like Capcom hates us. They want us to have crappy monsters in here. Is Megan Marlowe the only monster that has Hellfire Bloat? Megan Marlowe? Oh, you mean Magnum Mallow? I don't know who Megan Marlowe is, but yeah. You can only get Hellfire Blight from Magnum Mallow. It is on talismans. So you can get Hellfire Blade on a talisman, so you don't have to wear the whole Magnum Mallow set. But, you know. I mean, what I've found funny is, like, as far as I know, there's only two pieces of gear that have handicraft. Because I built the Magnum Mallow helmet and bracers, because I wanted to do some testing with, see if I could push some weapons to white sharpness with handicraft. As far as I know, it, like, doesn't work that well. I should check with some of the Gauss Harag stuff. Because if I could push Geld's soul to white, it might be worth considering, but handicraft is such a hefty investment in this, like, especially compared to, like, World. Because World, you could actually, like, you could incorporate handicraft pretty easily, like level 5. In this, as far as I know, the only way to get level 5 is you need gear to push to level 3, which would be Magnum Mallow's head and bracers. And then you need level 2 handicraft from a charm. I'm pretty sure there's not even a deco for it at the moment, which is kind of suspect. A sushi, a Thuthi fish for me. Not many Bakus here. I didn't realize that sounds nuts. It's like the new evade. They made evade extender like insane. It's nutty. So it might actually be useful. Like, evade extender was always pretty good on switch axe, because, like, you end up side hopping a lot. Okay, well, just get over there, I guess. But yeah, you side hop a lot, or you used to side hop a lot in switch axe. It's probably changed a lot. I don't play switch axe a ton, but rapid morph seems like a good skill. Just like Counter Strike is actually probably a pretty good skill, but it's one of those things where it's like you shouldn't actively be trying to get hit, but if you get hit a lot, it actually has a pretty good uptime. So, you know, it's like, would I recommend Counter Strike? Yeah. Well, it's like I recommend Fortify early game usually too, because Fortify is actually pretty potent. And it's like if you do card, I've carded before. I failed a quest one streamer like a couple days ago. I got my ass kicked by, I think it was Magnum Mallow. What was it? It was I think it was like Rathalos Magnum Mallow or something. It was in the volcano, I think. Or lava cavern, sorry. This game is also pretty new, too. We'll be surprised if they introduce more handicraft soon, yeah. I mean, who's gonna have it? Is the question. Like, it's usually on, like, upper echelon monsters, right? But it's like, they're introducing Chameleos. The last game I played that had Chameleos in it was Freedom Unite. And Chameleos' set did not have handicraft. I think it... was it earplugs? Fuck, I don't remember. It had anti-wind dragon, so it had, like, wind pressure resist on it. It was a really good set for Kushala Daura. I knew a lot of people who had the Chameleos set just for fighting Kushala. And in that game it made perfect sense, because it actually... it actually, like, completely trivialized the fight. Oh my god, the mud. It was very good. Not like wind pressure in other games. Like in World, wind pressure sucks because it doesn't actually stop the monsters that you'd actually want wind pressure to stop. So it kind of baffles me that some skills still exist. You know, like if I'm gonna run wind pressure, I want it to actually work. You know, just like I don't know why they keep making earplugs like a level 5 skill. Like earplugs should be like a mid-tier skill. It's like not actually that good. Like, it's really good for, like, Greatsword, because... okay, fine, just come out of the wood. It's really good for Greatsword if you're, like, charging, but for other weapons, it's, like, barely useful. I mean, I was tempted to build an earplug set specifically for Keizu, but, like, then it's like, you're building a set for Keizu. Like, he's so easy. It's more just so you can kill him faster. Like, you'd probably take a pretty massive damage hit to run earplugs. But in doing so, you would be able to attack him constantly throughout all his roars. So, it's like, whatever. I really think they need to move earplugs down from, like, a level 3 to a level 2 skill, though, because it's not very good. And they seem to weight it really heavily in, like, every game. I think Generations had an earplug item, though, which was pretty interesting. I've never played it though, like I said. Well, I've played Generations for a very small amount. I didn't even get to the first large monster. because it was doing the typical Monster Hunter fare where it's like do 7 quests. Do 7 quests that don't actually have any large monsters. Like go kill popos and stuff. I forgot what it was. What the popos were. Just like kill the little guys, and then go gather materials like bone piles and stuff. It's like, okay, I can do this doing other more exciting quests in other games. Look, I've got a decent Hellfire Cloak 2 char before that missed a high rank Megan fight where Savage shoots hard. Yeah, I've gotten murdered pretty hard by Magnum Aloe. Magnum Aloe is a very odd fight, because like everything's usually okay, and then like he'll like jump and like air dash and then he'll nail you with a tail attack and just like 100 to 0 you, and it's like, okay. This is cool, I guess. It's also got the only blast dual blade, or blast weapon in general, which, you know, blast is pretty solid, so. But I mean, that's just typical. Flagship monster has good gear. News at 11. Well, at least, I mean, the chest isn't that good, or the armor in this isn't like super good. It's interesting, but I wouldn't say it's good. Yo, hey Johnny boy, how's it going? Johnny boy, Johnny boy. I need to watch that movie actually. Not seen In the Mouth of Madness in a long time, or I've never seen it actually. I was thinking of Event Horizon, which good film. Actually, like Event Horizon quite a bit, even though it's apparently like been crippled by editing. Oh, please just get in the trap. Please, I'm begging you. Please! I only have so much time. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what monsters they're planning except Chameleos. But I would not be surprised if at the end game you fight Ibushi and Narwa at the same time, and they have better sets, because the Ibushi and Narwa sets like suck right now, and I don't know why. 10 minutes, damn, it's pretty slow. Slow for slow boys. Optional subquest. Oh, you got something for me? Whatever. Guild ticket. Ride on 2 monsters. Very cool. Broken parts. Hunt. Lava caverns. 4 quests in the lava caverns. Well, I can hunt this girl. What was the quest I did? It was in the lava caverns. It was this one. Yeah. I failed this the other day and it was very embarrassing. I think it's ice for this guy. Arachna Kadaki. Ice. Simply ice. So Blazarios it is. Some more Outriders today. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not privy to all these games. Listen, my life has been Monster Hunter Rise for like I don't know, when did it come out? The 26th? Like almost 2 weeks, I guess. It's coming to 2 weeks. My life has been Monster Hunter Rise. Like the days bleed together. Okay, it's kind of crazy. I have to clean my room, so I'm pretty tired from that. I probably won't do anything today or tomorrow. Gonna spend the weekend with a friend. Gonna make some bread and empanadas. Nice, dude. Yeah, I need to do a final cleanup, but like everything, I started something, and like right before Rise came out. I was rearranging my room and I didn't quite finish, so it's like it's kind of crappy because I'm like half done. And it was going very well, and it looks good right now. I'm happy with where it's going. I just didn't quite finish it. And now what's gonna happen, this is what always happens, is I didn't finish something, so I'm gonna move on to something else, and then I'll neglect it for a long time, which sucks because I'd prefer to just finish it. So let's try to be better. And the reason we're only playing for a couple hours today is so I can finish everything else that I planned to do today, which was get the Dual Blades guide out. Hopefully tonight. I was having issues with my mic last night. Seems to be better now, but you know, just sucks when you have technical problems. He did a roar. Just a delayed roar. Well, I almost finished getting to Archdemon then. Yeah, you know what? I might want to bring ESP on this guy because those claws are getting annoying. But by the same ticket, it kind of doesn't really matter. They should bring light sharpness. I actually wonder if like running a raw dual blade. Oh my god, please. Oh, and I'm bound up too. Very cool. I actually kind of want to try out the Narga dual blades and see if like running like something else, like running a build that's not dependent on critical element, if that's good. It might be. Like, I don't know. Like we've got the Narga is the only one that has like natural white as far as I know. Oh god. So Narga's got natural white and it has like 40% affinity. So I'm wondering if I could just like run like Crit Eye 7, get to 80% affinity, and then like put in a bunch of like quality of life skills, like I don't know. I probably wouldn't even need to run Mind's Eye with white sharpness, but run something like that. I don't know. I guess I could probably figure out like an earplugs build. I just have to compare the damage. Like critical element seems like it does like a crap load of damage. Like this has been my most. I've tried a couple of things, and this has been the most profitable in terms of like damage output for most monsters. Oh god. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Just kiss the water. You just lead. Yeah, maybe I'll try that. I mean, I could run. Well, the thing about the Tigrex set is like it has Bludgeoner on it. It's like if I'm running white sharpness, Bludgeoner is like kind of antithetical to that idea. But I think what pieces have Bludgeoner on it? The hands have Bludgeoner on it. I don't know. Maybe I should just build the Tigrex set for earplugs, because I might need an earplug set for like I don't know, greatsword maybe, hammer. I could probably make a mix set that had like everything I'd want. Get like critical draw. Well, you know, probably not even critical draw. Probably just like crit eye 7. Maybe punishing draw. And earplugs. Is that possible? Probably. I'll have to look at the armor set again. Ooh, Arachnosaur. Cool. Nice to see you back on Monon. Well, you know. When you put in so many hours in World, it's just like, yeah, I'm kind of done with this. It'll be the same way with Rise, trust me. We'll get to a point in Rise where I'm just like, yeah, I'm done with this. I mean, it's already been pretty... It's already been pretty much like, huh, you know, there's not a lot of content in this game, but... I can farm pretty quick these days. Takes like, you know, 10 minutes a monster, playing super casually. I could probably improve my kill times if I like really refined my builds and stuff. Kind of made like a build for like every element dual blade. and it's like, you know, very utilitarian, I guess, where it's just like, yeah, I have this one build that I just basically change the decos in, and it works for pretty much everything. But, you know, ask me how I'm feeling when I'm on weapon, like, 11. It'll probably be a different tune. You gotta think about it a lot, and when you're thinking about stuff a lot and testing stuff, it stops kind of being fun. It starts being work, always. Just waiting for the title updates. I know, it's just unfortunate, because, like, right now, there is, like, no content. There is, like, absolutely no content. It's just like, okay, there's not even an Elder Dragon besides Narwa and Ibushi. And I'm wondering what they're gonna do. Like, I'm betting they're gonna, like, double down on, like, the Rampage quests. Have a bunch of, like, a Rampage event quests that are gonna be, like, horrible. Because Rampage quests already aren't very fun. Well, I mean, you gotta also take into account that I'm playing totally solo. Like, I don't have Switch Online, and I don't want to pay for it. So yeah, I could pay the $12 or whatever it is and play online. I might get more benefit out of that, but I don't know. I can't justify paying for it right now. If I had people to play with, maybe, but then it's just like, what am I doing? We're just gonna be trashing monsters. It'll be like an absolute murder spree, and it kind of already is. Thinking isn't fun, just let the man demon dance. I don't even demon dance, really. It's the blend tech blender maneuver. You do this, right? You go 1, 2, 3, 4, circle. and you repeat that. So you do like I think it's called like twin fangs. And then you do whatever it is. The dash. It's called like demon dash or something. And it's good for, like, if there's a tail around. Because if there's a tail around, what you can do is, like, if it starts moving around on you, you just dash into the tail and get cuts. But literally, yes, death by 1,000 cuts. Oh no, it's Somnicanth. I like the Rampage when I play with other people. It probably is more tolerable with one more people, because it's clearly designed to be played with other people in mind. Because solo, it's like, okay, I'm quite literally just, like, putting up autos and, like, jumping on, like, one thing. And hoping for the best. It's not great solo. No, I haven't really done anything. I mean, I pretty much have, like, I don't know, I think I do actually have, like, a 100% win rate on Rampage quests. I don't think I've failed a Rampage. I've done a couple, like, the major ones I did were, like, Rajang. Did I not rip my Mega? I've done Rajang, I've done Ibushi, like, 2 or 3 times, probably. Outside of the mandatory Ibushi. I don't know, it feels really, like, Ibushi especially in it just feels really weird. Because it just, like, he basically just, like, automatically destroys your defenses. And there's, like, nothing you can do. It's just like, oh yeah, we're at the final gate now, and you just, no matter how good you did, it's just, yeah, you're fighting Ibushi in the final layer. It's like, what the hell? What? What happened to the rest of my defenses? Here, I'll demon dance now. It seems like it's higher DPS. I think they took some damage off of it and moved it to other stuff. Like, I feel like Twin Fangs is more efficient, kind of. I don't know why. Oh god. Oh, he's running away. He's commuting. He's commuting. I honestly don't think he can fail Rampage. I've come close, okay? Because I see my gate, I look at my gate and it's like red. But like usually when I do it and I'm like paying attention and not just like the first time I did Rampage, I was like dicking around. And I'm pretty sure if you went back to my stream VOD, you'd probably see my first Ibushi fight and it probably was pretty dicey. Mostly because I didn't have, I'm pretty sure when I did my first Ibushi fight, I didn't have defenses set up in the area. And then I had to, like, run back there and, like, set up defenses on the fly. But yeah, Rampage just, I don't know, it's awkward. I kind of would have preferred it, almost, if you just, like, set up auto defenses and then you hunted monsters, like regular. Like, if you were just fighting monsters on the ground like this, and then occasionally, like, jumping up to, like, you know, set up a new auto defense or change a defense structure. I think that would almost be more interesting than what they have, which is like you have to use the defensive structures. And then like you ring the gong and you can fight, and then like fighting is like super strong because the other thing. And then it's like I don't know, it doesn't feel like Monster Hunter. It feels like tower defense. And I guess as a take on, like, usually they have like those big events where you have to do a big you have to do a big, like, oh, we're fighting this thing. Oh my god, again. we have to like use cannons and stuff on monsters. Like there's like the Zora Magdaros in like every game, right? But it just, I don't know, the Rampage is an okay take on that. I kind of wish it was a bit different. I don't know. I'm not totally happy with it, I guess. But then again, I'm hard to please. Switch from Hunting Horn to Longsword and Rise. Yeah, Hunting Horn looks, someone came in earlier, I think it was a couple days ago, and he was like, yeah, they like crippled Hunting Horn, and it looks like it. Like a lot of the Hunting Horns just look terrible, which is really unfortunate. Because I mean, it's okay for weapons to be trendy, I guess. Like, some weapons, like, are just good in certain iterations of the game. Like, they're just better. Like, some weapons go low tier, some weapons go, like, high tier, S tier. And then some weapons go down tiers. Like, specifically, like, Dual Blades. Dual Blades was really good in, Dual Blades and Bow were really good in World. But I've actually heard Bow isn't very good in this, which is kind of funny. I've heard the same thing about Hunting Horn. Like, Hunting Horn is kind of like low tier now. Which is unfortunate, because Hunting Horn is always kind of like, I don't know, it's... I respect Hunting Horn a lot, because like, you're kind of playing on hard mode. And if you're playing in a group scenario, you're actually kind of doing it for fun. I don't think I've met a salty Hunting Horn player ever. And I have done Hunting Horn myself. Well, actually, I've been a salty Hunting Horn player, because they always mess around with how Hunting Horn works, and I don't like it. Because I really liked how it functioned in Freedom Unite. And then they kind of got rid of it for Try, I think. But I really liked how the notes worked in 3 Ultimate, or not 3 Ultimate, in Freedom Unite. And then they changed it, and I didn't learn it. I decided I didn't want to learn it again. So I became a selfish hunter. Hunting Horn feels like slow DBs in Rise. Does it actually? I find that hard to believe. Because DB is, I am a blend tech blender. Every day I ask, will it blend? That is the question. God damn it, I didn't want to do that. See, this is, I don't like this new mounting system because it forces you to mount. That's basically why I don't like it. I can basically assert it to, I don't want to be forced to do this. I want to have the option to do this. Oh my god, is he not? That Rathless had better not string my trap, I swear to god. How are you not on the trap? How are you not on the trap? Oh lordy, I'm gonna card here because I'm doing stupid. Okay. Blessed be. Blessed be us. You walked 2 steps to the left. What does it say? Do you want me to get the whip? Why do you, well, what are you talking about, Bob? You don't need the whip. I'm fine. Just want the Apexes to have normal quests. I like the Rampage when I play with other people. But can you blend a hockey puck? Yes, I can. I am a blend tech blender. I don't really like the Rise Hunting Horn. Yeah, yeah. I agree. They switch things up every game. So it's like the Diablo set, right? Like the Diablo set had a certain set of skills. Like I'm pretty sure in World it was like a greatsword set, right? But in Rise it's like a lance set. They do that every so often, right? They'll just do slight variations to like standard things just to kind of switch it up, but it can be frustrating because you're like, oh, I can't wait to build the Diablo set because it's a greatsword set, and then it turns out it's not a greatsword set, it's just something else. It's like, ugh, let's fight this guy. I haven't fought him in a while. It's been a while. No, I didn't really use a lot of items that time. It's actually this one. You're gonna eat me. It's gonna get you. This is the only time I've been a salty Hunting Horn player. Oh, I know. Yeah, like Hunting Horn has been. It's had a rough go of it sometimes. I don't mind the changes of horn in this game, to be honest. I love it, and the bow is really good with its aerial shot. You do lots of damage with it. Yeah, I heard it was bad, but it's probably just people mad that it's not like mega S tier like it was in World. Like in World, it was like insanely good. But it's good that other weapons have a moment in the sun, you know. It's good when things get varied. So like yeah, like it's okay that certain weapons are worse than other weapons. You know, it's okay that the power dynamics change every so often, but it'd be nice if they achieved like true balance where like everything was like good enough to justify using. But sometimes it's just like, yeah. I mean, it's like Sword and Shield, right? Like honestly, I think you'd be hard pressed to find a situation where Sword and Shield is like better than the alternatives. I'm dying, sorry. Like I think it'd be hard. You'd be hard pressed to find a situation where it's like, oh yeah, Sword and Shield is like top tier. It just doesn't happen. It's meant to be like a beginner friendly weapon, but I honestly think it's not very good in that role either. Like, it's just, it doesn't really help that much. I don't mind the adept reticle. Breakdance bonking is sick. What's breakdance bonking? Oh, is that for Hunting Horn? Yeah, I don't know. They usually just change the way you play the notes, and I just always find it confusing and bad. Because I'm a boomer and I can't adapt to change and change. I'm an old man. I can't even remember how it played in. Crap. I can't even remember how it played in Freedom Unite because it's changed so many damn times. I think it used to just be like you played the attacks, and I think it auto played. I can't remember though. You might have had to play, like do like the I'm gonna stop and play after you've set up all your notes. But I just remember I had all the songs written down. I just had all the songs written down, and I did the thing. Oh god, he's doing the thing. That's like the coolest thing about this monster, dude. He will literally try to execute you. It's great. He sits there, he makes his ice sword, and he tries to execute you. It's actually like one of the coolest things I've ever done. It's honestly fucking amazing. And it feels good, man. I want monsters to make me afraid. Damn. Oh, it's Mitsubishi. He's back. He's coming to drift you. Longsword went crazy with his Silkbind editions. Well, also not surprising since Longsword is like the most popular weapon in the game, which, you know. Personally, I find Longsword super fucking dull. Even with all the like stupid new stuff they gave it, like Foresight Slash, I just find it boring. I don't find anything exciting about Longsword. I actually don't like using it. And Longsword used to be one of my mains because it was like, oh, Longsword used to kind of be like Greatsword Light, basically. It was like a more mobile greatsword. You only had like one combo, and you had like the spirit combo. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it anymore. Like, if I was going to put in the time and effort to learn longsword, I'd probably just learn something that's like kind of like the equivalent tier. Like, I'd learn switch axe or something instead, because it's a little more interesting to me. Nice, dude. I want fear boners from Monsters, Capcom. Come on, dude. This guy literally tries to execute you. He'll knock you over and take his big sword and like walk up to you to kill you. He's not even like gonna like knock you out and send you back to camp. He's going to kill you. And now he's sitting here trying to banana slam on me. So they either come back to play Worldborn or GU style monitors or stuck in with Rise Hunting Horn. That's a lot to that's a lot to ask for, my dude. That looked kinda cool. That seemed kind of kick-ass. Oh god, he's got big beaten hands. Oh no, he's... So I think he can't do 2 clubs. I think he has to have a sword, but the club is hilarious. Just makes a big an ice bonker. God, they should have given this guy a dual blade that was like that. It was just like one of them's a bonker and one of them's just an ice blade. Instead, you get Gelid's Soul, which is like, I don't know, kind of crappy. I like the bonker though; it makes me happy. How's this game compared to World? Worse. Worse pretty much across the board. Oh god, he's gonna kill me! Tables have turned, have they? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot less content. I don't like the randomness of charms. A lot of the gear is not very exciting. It's pretty much my hot takes so far. Otherwise, it's pretty standard Monster Hunter. God, he's doing it again. Got 2 blades. He's become the Blendtech blender. I mean, it kind of seems inappropriate for this guy to be like that one of the higher tier monsters. He's kind of like, I don't know. This fight's not. I would say this fight is probably like disappointing, but I like it. I like the monster design. I just think he's not like as high. He should be a lower tier monster probably. Oh damn. Dog, I need to sharpen. That's unfortunate. I must sharpen. Wherever I must go. Okay, never mind. Get back on. I have returned. Very cool. Beer and chips. I was actually going to buy beer for the Monster Hunter Rise release, and I decided against it, because then I would just be really drunk. I would just get, like, absolutely thrashed. And then I wouldn't be able to play the game. I'd be like, where's Jaggy? I want to see Jaggy. And then there would be no Jaggy. Well, there is, but I only care about Great Jaggy. Greatest Jaggy. I'm surprised they haven't knocked each other out yet. There's a lot of health, actually. The Tigrex doesn't run at me. Where'd he go? Oh, he ran away. He just completely left. He's just like, I'm not messing with this guy. This guy's gonna kill me! Our praise. Thank God nobody hit his rump, though. Get back here. Uh-oh. Ha! Oh god, that's a dung bomb. What a fool, what a fool! We got him. Now I can... now I can do the thing. I found the perfect thing. I'm so happy. Damn. My cat's loving life, dude. He loves life. It's like Ponce. Good old Ponce from Clone High. No! Okay, got it. Try to catch him on chat. See anything about getting it right with Switch, but I've always been a PC player. It's very downgraded from World. Ooh, Beastien. It's very, very downgraded from World, and the performance isn't great. I mean, I think it's like, I don't know. I bought it because I bought a Switch for this game, technically. I'm in a privileged position where I can legitimately write off a Nintendo Switch as a business expense, so it wasn't the blow didn't hurt that much. But you know, it's just one of those things. Just one of those days. Let's hunt a Keizu. Okay, let's hunt a Keizu. Very exciting Keizu. I'm waiting for it on PC. Yeah, it's probably the right call. So you don't have to pay for internet. Very cool. Nintendo Switch Online just feels like a scam. I mean, I don't even have my PS Plus active right now. I had it active when I played Demon Souls. I platinumed it, and I was like, that's enough for me. I don't need it for a while. I prefer Charm Farm to Deco Farm. I think they're both shit. I would prefer neither. I think what I think they should do is you can have it all, my dude. You can have everything, right? I think they should give you like decos randomly from quests, just like they did in World. And they should have charm hunting just like they did, well, charm farming just like they did in World. Like, I'm okay with it. Like, I would prefer it if it was just like I can do both, right? So I could go to the melding pot and I can meld a talisman. But I should also be able to go to the smith and forge a talisman. And sure, make the random ones better. Like, make the random ones better, but if I want to get like a weakness exploit 2 talisman with a socket, I should be able to forge that. You know? I feel like I should be able to forge that. But, you know, when I go to the melder and I literally go, I want weakness exploit on a talisman, right? And then they give me a talisman, like none of my talismans even have weakness exploit. That just makes me angry. It makes me angry, and I can't hold back. You know, I can't hold back, and I can't not complain about it. Very cool. What a fun monster. Ah, fuck, I fell for it. Keizu is literally like, I got impatient and I fell for it. I assume this is what it's like to fight Blanca in Street Fighter. That's all I can assume. That this is what fighting Blanca looks like. He's like, hi, I tricked you! Then you went in again, I tricked you again. The game still isn't really hard yet. I feel like people comparing to Endgame Iceborne. Well, like... well, yeah, obviously it's not as hard as G-Rank, but... there's also no fucking monsters. Like, what's the hardest monster in this game? Unironically, it's probably Magna Mallow. I actually find Rajang in this, like, really easy. Like, they tuned him way down. So Rajang, who is, like, one of the, like, quite literally one of the scariest monsters in Iceborne, is now basically just, like, whatever. You get a set of ice DBs and you stand behind him the whole fight and you win. And then you, like, break his horn. You break his horn when you knock him over. Like, it's pretty easy. And I think I've only fought in a few of them, but I've done one of them without carding easily. I'm pretty sure the first time I probably carded a bunch because he probably tricked me. He probably tricked me with his laser beams. But you got, this is like, the roster is like Keizu. Like, I'm of the camp where, like, they just need to retire the Gen 1 monsters, okay? Like, Keizu is not a good fight. Anything with, like, a Wrath skeleton needs to be retired. And I know they'll never do it, because they'll never retire Rathalos and Rathian. But Like, I don't need a Basarios in my game. I don't need a Keizu. I need, like, fun monsters that are unique and interesting. And you have that with, like, Giganox. Like, I know why they use it. They use it because they can reuse all these stupid moves that they have, but Keizu is a bad monster. Keizu's always been a pretty marginal monster, in my opinion. And he doesn't really have a place in this modern Monster Hunter game. One beer doesn't hurt unless you're super lightweight. Well, my problem is I go overboard. my problem is like, oh, you know, I have a 6-pack of beer. I'll drink all 6 of them. You know, that's my problem. I'm a glutton. They're all gonna laugh at me, bro. Buy some PBRs and play with the boys. While Pab's Blue Ribbon. You should just go pretend I'm a child again and get some fucking Wildcat. Get the Wildcat. Pretend I'm like in high school. No, if I'm drinking, I'm probably gonna buy Heineken or Stella Artois. I'm a fancy lad in my imported beer. Whatever. The thing with the other stuff I buy is like Sleeman's Pale Ale is usually okay. Sleeman's. Oh, what the fuck is that? Oh, he's weak, is he? Well, I'm paralyzed. Please help. I'm paralyzed. Let me snatch these up first, just so, yeah. In case I don't get them. Where are you going? 1664 is good. Never had it. I'm not a beer connoisseur. I don't remember the last time I bought beer, honestly. It was a long time ago. I remember I bought a bottle of Jack Daniels a long time ago, and I finished it off. I think, well, maybe it was, no. I finished it off when I played Turok. That's the last time I did, like, some heavy drinking. So double the RNG, I would die. No, well, the thing is, like, you'd be able to get decos, and you'd be able to get, like, you'd be able to craft decos and talismans, right? But then you'd also be able to, like, get talismans and decos randomly. Like, I'll show you, okay? I will show you what I mean. Like, let's say you could run over here, right? And you, like, craft, and you go to your crafting, right? So let's say you go decorations, you could craft decos, right? So let's say they had like attack jewel 2 and an expert jewel 2 were craftable. So you can craft expert jewel 2s and attack jewel 2s. But let's say from some of the harder quests, you could get attack jewel 1s. So they could go in a 1 socket. I think that would be fine. Because then it's like, okay, well now I can put these into my build. And then through grinding and through luck, I can get the better ones that I can put in level 1 sockets, and then I can refine my build and add more skills. I think that would be a much more appropriate way of doing things. And it'd be the same thing with the talismans. It'd be like, okay, instead of coming to this guy and like basically running the fucking lottery and being like, hey, I'm gonna give you like 12 defender tickets. Do I care about that? Kinda not really. Let's just do that. So here, let's see what we'll do this. Let's see what I get. I'll hunt something fast. I'll hunt something real quick. Nice. Dude, nice. Okay, let's just let's fight, I don't know. Let's fight Winnie the Pooh. Okay, we're gonna fight Winnie the Pooh. I'm not even gonna change my loadout to whatever's appropriate. I think he's weak to fire anyways. Most of the early game is weak to fire. So we'll see. We'll see what I get. I'm making 5 talismans, right? 5 random talismans. They could be anything. And I guarantee you, they're going to be trash. It's just how it is. Wes just wants to party hard. So it's a fun time. No, I don't drink. Like, I used to be fine. Like, when I was younger, I'd be like, fine. Like, whatever. I can just drink whatever. I could go out and drink at the bar and be fine. But, like, now it's like, no. I've shared the homebrew story too many times. You just like, you're sitting on the couch, you're so fucking drunk you can't move. Your brother keeps handing you beers and you're like, okay. Like, if you were a big beer drinker, you would be doing yourself a service by learning how to make your own beer, because it's so cheap and you make so much of it. It's pretty fucking ridiculous. I drink the fruits one. Buy a 4-pack of Guinness this weekend. Yeah, I like Guinness actually too. But like, Guinness is pretty heavy. Like, you can't. I wouldn't want to like be chugging Guinness. It's more of like a sippy beer for sippy boys like myself. Cronenberg. The Cronenberg. What is it, like some kind of like body horror based beverage? The fruity one, yeah. It's fine. Girls like fruit drinks, right? Vodka cran, as far as I know, is what my brother's ex-girlfriend used to drink a lot of. Our prey is weak, hardy for capture. See, the fight's already done. Before he had a chance to do anything, he was just like, oh no, oh my god, I'm dead. He's instantly dead. Guinness for life. Yeah. I like Guinness. But like I said, I usually would like, when I drank, I'd usually like start with a Guinness, and then I'd taper down. Start with like the nice stuff, and then as you get more and more drunk, you just buy cheaper beer. It's just like, yeah, okay. I see, so you'd be able to min-max easier? Yeah, basically it would be like, the decos you could craft would be like subpar, and then like you'd eventually get better stuff. Right? Like, I think that's the appropriate way to do progression like this, because it's like, it's really crappy when it's like, I'm just fighting for one critical eye deco, and I'm never gonna get it. So my build is eternally stuck at Critical Eye 6 when I really want Critical Eye 7. So let's see what we got, okay? Let's see what we got. Ice Attack earplugs too. I mean, it might be okay. Divine Blessing and Hellfire Cloak with a socket. Punishing Draw and Reload Speed. These literally do not compute, right? Punishing Draw is a greatsword skill. Reload Speed's a gun skill. I guess it's also a gunline skill, but like, you're never gonna run that talisman because it sucks. Even if it has a level 3 socket, you're like, who cares? Thunder Attack and Bubbly Dance with no sockets, trash. And then Recoil Down and Maximum Might. Might actually be okay. It's got a 2 and a 1, so that might be fine if you're using like a light bowgun or something. But, you know, I'm doing this how many times? Like, I'm just gonna sit here and literally like run the gauntlet of just like praying I get what I need, right? And it's not cheap. Like, to do this is not cheap at all, because it's like, yeah, I need crap loads of materials, right? Like, oh, I can use my Ibushi materials. It's like, they're not worth that much, right? It's like, what if I want to build the Ibushi stuff, you know? That's why I run, that's why I run, Wind Serpent Narga, right? Because Wind Serpent Narga is actually, like, pretty effective in terms of yield, right? You get quite a few points for Wind Serpent Narga. And you can use those to meld, but it's like, do you really want to run Wind Serpent Narga over and over again to create talismans that you probably won't get any use out of? Like, there's one talisman in that lot of 5 that might be okay. Maybe. Maybe, right? Vodka Cran is disgusting. You never chug Guinness, you savor its coffee-esque flavor. Yeah. It's very smooth, too. That's why I like Guinness. Like, I've had some stouts that are, like, pretty rough drinking, but Guinness is nice and smooth. And yes, it does have a coffee-esque flavor. It's bouquet. Can't drink Guinness. Feels like I'm chewing. Guinness is pretty heavy stuff. But it's nice if you're just like having like a couple beers. It's nice to have like a Guinness, because it's, like I said, it's a more full-bodied drink. Making proper whiskey cocktails, no fruity flavor. Vodka vanilla or blueberry. Oh, okay. So it's not vodka cran. It's just vodka vanilla. Okay. Yeah. I like vanilla. Like, listen, I'm an advocate for vanilla Coke, okay? I wish they brought it back, and then they did bring it back. And then one year for Christmas, my sister went to the States, and she brought me back 2 12-packs of vanilla Coke. I think they were 12 packs. And it was great. It was amazing. It was a good Christmas gift. For whatever reason, they just don't make them anymore. I savored that vanilla Coke, man. You can kind of make it. If you get, like, vanilla liqueur, like Galliano, you can kind of make, like, really ghetto vanilla Coke. But it's not the same. It'll never be the same. And also, you've suddenly made your Coke alcoholic. So let's check the second one. Let's check the next next iteration of my talismans to get mad about. Dabbing. Whatever, the elbow cough. Elbow cough / dab emote. I already have to chew my tap water, damn. Are you on a well, Bob? Well water's pretty rough. I always want to call it heavy water, but I know it's hard water. I just want to call it heavy water because it's funny to me. I just know it's hard water. But, you know, heavy water's funnier. I will defend my beloved Paps, though. Vanilla Coke is legit. I love vanilla Coke. You get them in BC in the summer? Are you serious? Don't play with a young boy's heartstrings, okay? Wall Runner, Vedic Cinder. Kind of trash. Stamina Thief, Horn Maestro. I mean, that's like kind of okay. Kind of synergistic, but generally you don't run Stamina Thief. Peak Performance. You may not agree with it, but this is what Peak Performance looks like. A Guard Up, level 1. No. Windproof and Bludgeoner. Very cool. This is the problem, right? And it's like, okay, so now I can, like, specify one skill, right? So I'm like, okay, let's do this, right? It says rate of earning skills 10%. So there's a 10% chance I get weakness exploit. Okay, let's run it. Let's run the numbers, okay? We want a weakness exploit talisman. Oh, I got tons of these. Let's use this. I kind of want my Jorto stuff. I actually, you know what? I'm never gonna use the bishop. Actually, the feathers. I think I might. Yeah, I'll just run that. I'll just use Rathian materials. So let's do this again. I have a 10% chance of getting a skill I want. What do you think the odds are that I get the skill I want? 0%. It's thick water. No, it's not. It's heavy water. Sorry, it's hard water, which means it's very, very minerally. They make cherry and lime Coke still, but vanilla beats them hard. Vanilla Coke is like by far the best thing they've ever made. The greatest invention of the Coke police. Vanilla Coke. And then they made like Vanilla Coke Zero for a while. That was really good. I just saw a flat of it the other day for $18 at a dollar store. It's probably expired. It's like bootleg Vanilla Coke. Expired at the dollar store. Well, the problem is I don't leave my house anymore, so I'll never find it in the wild. They're everywhere here now. Damn, did they bring it back for the pandemic? They decided to give everyone a little bit of a morale boost by reintroducing Vanilla Coke. Very cool. Have you guys ever actually drank thick water? No. I mean, it's for elderly people, right? Like, it's for people who have trouble swallowing, I thought. I thought that was the whole thing. Like, why would this exist? But apparently it's for people with issues swallowing. Which, currently I do not have that problem. And I hope I never have that problem, but... I mean, it seems odd to me that you wouldn't be able to drink regular water. I can't... I guess it's hard for me to fathom what that would be like. Like, not being able to swallow regular water. Having issues swallowing regular water. It's hard to think about that, because, you know, you've been drinking liquids your whole life. Since you're a little baby boy. Always drinking the liquid. So it's kind of hard to imagine what, like, needing to drink something else that has a different visceral feel. Visceral mouthfeel. Oh no, he's gonna take my honey. No! Too bad you're almost dead. You're donezo. Oh my god. He used his most dangerous attack. Move forward. Move forward fast. Why would you leave your house? It's a great question. Why would I? I mean, recently I've been getting groceries delivered, so I'm not really complaining about it. I mean, there's been good stuff about this pandemic. There's been a lot of bad stuff, but there's been some good stuff to come out of it. Like, able to get a lot of food delivered is like, yes, thank you. I actually hate going to the grocery store, so being able to like put in like a Costco order and get some stuff that I need without actually having to go to Costco is very cool in my opinion. It is very cool. Yeah, yes, you have to stay home. Hashtag stay home. Hashtag with me. Yeah. We just send a crate of vanilla Coke to RP that you get from Costco. Don't do this to me. Don't play with a young boy's heartstrings, I'm telling you. Okay, what do we want? We wanted a weakness exploit. Okay, flinch free and 2 level 2s. That's really bad. Flinch free is a level 1 skill. Okay, blast resistance, poison resistance. Very cool. Oh, look. We didn't get weakness exploit. You know, we specified that that's the one we wanted. We said, please, can we have this skill? And they said, no. No, you can't. Sorry. You're not allowed. They said, no, thank you. Please come back later. Let's try again. I'll actually fight something hard this time, though. Although I need to do my buddies. My buddy plaza business. See the Toad Versary going. Oh, these guys not fighting. I ran out of Kimura points for a while. It was pretty dicey. Manny. Wait, what? What? Oh, never mind. That's why. That's why. Training rounds. All of them. Go for 10 rounds. 10% is 10%. Not to those Vancouver boys, it's not, okay? You and I know that those Vancouver boys don't actually know what 10% means. Sorry, they don't know what 100% means. It's a 100% chance. Reduces 100% stress on your guys. And then you know what? No, it didn't. Okay, it did not. It did not do the things that it said it was going to do. Break large monster parts 3 times. Very cool. Lava Caverns quest. What's the easiest quest in Lava Caverns? Do, 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 do. Engineer. We'll fight a Keizu and a thing. I'll start with Keizu. We'll punch Keizu with our fire, and then we'll switch to our Blazarioths with ice. Any percent is still a percentage. Whoa, it's just a joke. We have a joke going because I played Darkest Dungeon, and there was a piece of equipment that said it reduces stress by 100% from some specific attack. And then I got hit by that attack, and it only reduced stress by 80%. And I went on a bit of a tirade about how those Vancouver boys don't know anything about math. It said, you know, I went to school here. I know that 100% means everything. Apparently they didn't get the memo. Instead of a present anyway. Oh god. I have a package to mail to Dave and to Rick, actually, now that I think about it. And by think about it, I mean I meant to do it yesterday. I'm just bad at getting packages out. Meaning to just I have to hook up my printer is the problem. I'm old school. I have to hook up a printer to print a shipping label so I can send something to Rick and send something to Dave. I'll send something back to Dave. Brought the wrong kind. I have unsalted nuts. Damn, dude. You didn't buy the salted. You bought unsalted peanuts? How unfortunate. Well, I don't know if they're peanuts. I'm assuming they're peanuts. Next time I do a Costco order, I should buy the trail mix. Usually what I do is I buy trail mix and I just give it to my dad, but I actually want the trail mix this time. It's funny, my dad actually likes peanuts a lot, which makes me laugh. That's funny. It's just like likes marzipan. Nobody else in the house likes marzipan. Well, it's not true, but mostly like most of us are like indifferent to marzipan, but my dad, like, he loves it. I remember one year for Christmas I made they're like cinnamon buns, but they're like filled with all, like, marzipan instead of cinnamon. And it had like an almond glaze instead of regular vanilla icing. And then I made like way too much marzipan. It was just like a block of marzipan in the fridge, and he was just like picking at it. It was pretty funny. This just like uncolored block of marzipan sitting in the fridge. Very cool, Casey. Okay, but 10% is 10%. Hands are hands, you can't just call them feet, etc. Sure, whatever his name. What's that meme? Thomas will know the meme I'm talking about. It's like, sure, whatever, Henry something or other. Henry in quotation marks. We're cursed alone in the dark. I wouldn't be opposed to doing another Berserker style Odyssey where we played like 2 games. Cause that was fun, actually. I think it was one of my better stream ideas, at least. Because it was like, yeah, we're just gonna do something. We're gonna do 2 things that are super grindy and just do them at the exact same time. Like, that makes a lot of sense. And it's like, now I can sit here and play Darkest Dungeon, which is grindy as hell, while I literally unga bunga my way through Final Fantasy V, like in the worst possible way. You can't pick a worse way to play Final Fantasy V. Okay, well, technically not true, because White Mage only is even worse in terms of grinding. Because you basically have to grind. You basically have like no damage, whereas Berserkers you have actually quite a bit of damage. With all White Mages you have no damage. And you have no damage right up until you get Holy, at which point you've won the game. Because every White Mage suddenly just spams Holy and you can actually kill stuff. But until that happens, you have to rely on White Mage melee attacks, which is quite literally almost impossible for the most part. It's like not feasible to do. Because if you thought the grinding I did for like Sandworm was bad, like triple it. Like, you can't actually like win the game. TJ Henry Yoshi, yeah. The 5 Zerkers X, yeah. I thought that was a good idea. Because, like, yeah, we're just gonna play Berserkers, and, you know, it's gonna take, like, all in, it took 100 hours. It took 100 hours to beat X-Death with only Berserkers. The Summer of Grinding, yeah, it was. I think it's probably also good because it was kind of like during like the height of the pandemic, so it was probably good for everybody, like staying at home and get something to watch. You watch me slowly lose my mind as my characters just die in Darkest Dungeon, and one of my guys has a focus ring and I just don't get the focus ring back. It's like very cool, very, very cool, Vancouver boys. Thank you for blessing me with this game that is just. It's just hellish. Just, like, they made it obnoxious and annoying on purpose as a joke, you know. Holy should mitigate everything before that. Yeah, well, once you get Holy, I think you're only gonna run into a few problems. Like, there's a couple of, well, I mean, the problem is you get Holy at the end of the game. You get it at the fucking Barrier Tower, or sorry, the Fork Tower. So you get Holy at the Fork Tower, which is like the very, very end of the game, right? You have to go through like all the content before then. And sure, you can survive. Like, there's no issue with survival because you have tons of healing. Like, all your guys are White Mages. The issue is that you're gonna be doing like single-digit damage to like bosses. It's painful, and I haven't even begun to see how long it is to grind. Like, okay, so you're playing Final Fantasy V right now, Thomas, right? I'm pretty sure you are. I don't know if Rick started, but you probably remember. That's what I wanted. But you remember the ship graveyard at like the start of the game? Oh, sorry, I didn't want that. I wanted Blizzarios. You remember the ship graveyard at the start of the game? You get it out. It's like you do the wind shrine. You do the wind shrine, and then you do the canal, and then you end up in like the ship graveyard. That place is unironically the best grinding you have for like 90% of the game as a white mage, because it's undead enemies and you can use cure on them. So like if you're gonna do like the white mage only challenge, you stay there until you're like level 40, because it's like the only way you can efficiently grind is by sitting there and like curing undead monsters, and the next undead monsters don't show up for a long time, so you're sitting there spamming cure and like using the bed to sleep. It is like painful. Like if you thought Darkest Dungeon or Berserker grinding was bad, Berserker grinding was like bad, but it was like pretty hands off. That's like the fastest way for you to grind. It's like super hands on, because you actually have to sit there and target stuff with cure. It's rough, dude. It's like easily the worst way to do it. So that's probably the next thing on the docket, is obviously to do all white mages. That's obviously the next thing I have to do for Final Fantasy V, is just beat it with all white mages. Like, you have like, and you also don't get any good weapons. Like, there's like a flail at some point. Oh god, I messed it up. Just got to Garula, and FF5 actually hits damn hard for early game. Yeah, well, Garula, you can consider Garula like a puzzly boss, because he just counterattacks you. He only does physicals and he counterattacks you. So there's a lot of ways to deal with him. I've talked about it before. He's like one of the first bosses where you actually have like, you actually kind of have to like develop a strategy for Garula. And there's like a dozen strategies that work. But, you know, like he just hits really hard physically and he counterattacks your physical attack. Or not just physical attacks, he just counterattacks your attacks. So you have to figure out a way that works, right? And you have a lot of abilities at your disposal at this point, even though you only have the basic jobs, but you are, yeah, you do. You only have the basic jobs. But you have a lot of tools in your arsenal to deal with that stuff, right? And it may not seem that way when you first play. Like, first time I played Final Fantasy V was like Origins on the PS1, so I would have been like, I don't know, 12 or something. I got hard filtered by Garula. I'm not gonna lie. I sat there and grinded for a bunch. You don't have to at all, but you can. But yeah, you develop a strategy, and it's part of why I like FF5. Is like there's a lot of stuff that you can just figure out a good strategy for, and it's that kind of stuff is not really present in the other Final Fantasies, which is unfortunate. Like I know Dave's criticism, one of Dave's major criticisms with like Final Fantasy VII is that it's too easy. And I would agree with him mostly. Like it's pretty unga bunga. Me don't need strategy. Me just attack. But it would be nice if more bosses were like that, where you had tools for your toolbox. You could figure out what tools work best for the boss encounter. And some of them are like really easy. Like Byblos later is like he's a book, so it's like, oh yeah, fire. It's like logical. It's like I'll just burn all these books. Totally logical solution to that problem. Playing 5 after 3 is like night and day. 5 is way better than 3. 3 looks terrible. I mean, 5 is probably like like the realization of 3, right? The actualization of the concepts developed in 3. Because yeah, you actually have job changes that work, and there's gonna be a bunch of jobs that you probably find useless during your playthrough. Like, it'll just be stuff that's like super innocuous. Like I don't need to use Dragoon because I have, like, I prefer to use Samurai or whatever. There'll be tons of stuff like that. There's also, like, depending on how you grind, there's also a bunch of stuff that you may find useful. Like talking about Dragoon again. Dragoon is a pretty ho-hum job, but it gets an ability called Dragon Sword, which absorbs HP and MP. And it scales off your magic attack, so if you're using a black mage, you can give him sub dragon sword, and you can give him a pretty reliable HP and MP restore. It's pretty useful. It's like, again, just like you kind of don't need these things, because Final Fantasy V is really easy and you just unga bunga fire 3 all the time. But if you're doing a self-imposed challenge or you want to try out different combos, like, yeah, there's a lot there. A lot there to sink your teeth into, especially considering other Final Fantasy games are usually pretty simple. Which is why I like it, and why it's like kind of unfortunate that they didn't really do anything else with it. You know? Like, they never really had a job system again. I guess they did technically in like 10-2, but... And I guess you could argue that 12 had like the Zodiac job system, but that was like the last Final Fantasy that had the classic Final Fantasies that had, you know, like really permanently turn-based combat and a job system. I should really try 10-2, because 10-2 is probably more up my alley than 10, but I only get to that one part and I'm like, I can't handle this game anymore. Like 10 is pretty cringe-inducing, I'm not gonna lie. And it's hard to go through 10-2, knowing all the stuff with 10, you know? Rolled right into it. Having a knight with a low HP guard might work, yeah. That's one of the strategies. You get a guy to cover everyone else. You put everyone in critical HP, and you have one guy using cover, who's at like full health, and he'll cover the guys that are low health, and he'll take 0 damage because he's using guard. It's not a perfect strategy. Like, obviously, Garula uses the sap status, so he'll put a DOT on you, which can kill you. But the thing is, you're thinking, right? You're thinking what you got, and you're looking for things you can use to make your case for the boss battle. Whereas, you know, other Final Fantasies are like, use whatever, let's grind. And you, like, don't really have to grind. And grinding doesn't even really help you in Final Fantasy V that much. It will to an extent, but it won't, like, solve your problem. Like, it'll help you. You'll have a little bit more HP. Like, that's basically why I grinded for my Berserkers, is, like, you're looking to hit, like, a strength breakpoint to get a damage, like, a damage up, a physical damage up. Or you're looking to get more HP. And basically, you're just trying to get more HP so you can survive, right? Because you're on a timer with Berserkers. But this is not really the case with Final Fantasy V. You basically just want... You're basically always tuned up and ready to go. It's just a matter of using your job's abilities that you have. How's it going with the farming? It's slow. I mean, I'm kind of dicking around. I should really probably be farming Nargacuga, because Narga actually has good gear that I want to build from, like, most weapons. Like, if there's a Narga weapon, it seems really good, based on a couple of conversations. I haven't really looked into too much of the other weapons, but I should probably do this. I mean, I know this is a good, like, this looks like a decent gunner set, so I should probably build this armor. And there's a couple of, I don't know, I'm just kind of like doing quests in the lava fields. And I'm also trying to like kill 10 of every monster, which I've almost done. I think I'm only missing like Rajang and Arachna Kadaki and Ibushi. But you know, it's okay. I should really be farming Narga, I think. I'm gonna need a lot of Narga parts to build the weapons I want. Because yeah, if a weapon has a Narga path, it's probably really good, unless you're like really hurting for no, that's a stun. Unless you're like really hurting for, oh, I'm dead here, 100%. Never mind. Kia. Unless you're like really, oh god, that's close. Unless you're really hurting for elemental damage, the Narga weapons are pretty insane. It's got like natural white, and like, yeah, like handicraft is hard to get, so having like natural white is pretty strong. Fuck books. What have books ever done for you? I don't know. I've got some old textbooks I want to get rid of, actually. I was cleaning up my bookshelves and I'm like, yeah, I don't need these. Like, when am I ever going to need an out-of-date programming textbook? Probably never. I don't know. I don't know this monster very well at all. It's like probably like the 5th time I fought it. Well, it's like 3. It's like if 3 didn't waste my time. Yeah, I think they learned. They actually learned. They learned that, you know, giving you a stat down every time you change your job is stupid. Or whatever. You have to like tune up your job for like 5 quests. They like realized that was stupid, so you just change on the fly. Being able to change on the fly is fucking great too. You can like do it in the middle of a dungeon. You're like, oh, my white mage is out of MP and I need cures. Well, I'll just change my knight to my white mage and I'll change my white mage to my knight. So now I can continue going through the dungeon relatively painlessly. It's actually very well designed casually. That's probably why it's my favorite one on Super Nintendo. Technically it never got released here. Super Famicom. And then there's 6. I think, you know, I probably give 6 too much shit, but I just find like 6 after 5 was like, it feels like a downgrade. 6 is definitely more like cinematic. Oh my god, I walked right into it. 6 is definitely kind of like that more cinematic style game. Obviously 6 like looks nicer than all the other ones. Bravely Default is the closest thing to playing a FF5. Yeah, I've heard Bravely Default's good. Whatever, Bravely Second? No, Bravely Default 2 rather. Bravely Default 2 like just came out and apparently like it's bad. Well, I mean it looks bad. It looks ugly, which is really unfortunate because it looks worse than the 3DS game. Which is really fucking bad. The Switch just keeps winning, bros. This spider just went down. You stop? Oh god. My stamina is super low. I think what happens is like once you start losing your stamina, you just lose like a crap load of it. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? Huh? What do we got? X2 is better than X, and I'll die on this hill. It probably is. Oh, look, he's weak. Okay. He's running off. He's sauntering away. X2 is better than X, I'll die on this. Yeah, I would probably assume that. X is, like, 10's not bad. But gameplay-wise, I'd imagine 10-2 is better. Because, again, job system's fun. So, you know, job system's just fun. It's just fun. Sure, I've answered this before, but how are you liking the game? Current level of content is disappointing. I dislike the charm system. I think Gear's not exciting. You know, there's issues with it, especially if you're coming off of World. It feels like it's not finished, I think, is the problem, right? Otherwise, it's fine. It's Monster Hunter, but yeah, I think it's a disappointment for me. And I have high standards, and I just think there's not enough content here to justify the purchase, like, at all. It might be better. I mean, like, you don't even have, like, an ending in high rank. It doesn't, like, you don't get an ending. It ends on, like, a cliffhanger. No, this is Spider My fucking nightmares. That's funny. Oh, yeah, we got a pale steak. Okay. Well, that's a sell. Oh, 20 minutes. Yeah, maybe it's not better to do those quests. Maybe those double ones aren't actually half-seas anymore. Monster Odd Gods bless you today. No faint due to stuns. It's like whatever. I mean, I usually run... I think one of my builds has stun resistance on it. Oh, right, my meldings. Of course. We gotta see if we got what we asked for. Did we ask for something? I think we asked for Weakness Exploit. Remember, we asked for Weakness Exploit. Okay. Wirebug Whisperer. Counter-Strike Item Prolonger. Very cool. Paralysis is... The thing is, you just don't get what you want. And that's so frustrating, because you're like, I want Weakness Exploit. Like, give me Weakness Exploit. I want Weakness Exploit on it. And it's like, oh, I'm sorry, did you ask for Wirebug Whisperer? It's like, no. It says right here, right? Like, it's so frustrating, because you're like, I'm literally telling you the skill I want. And then it goes no. No, thank you. Then there's this, where you can, like, ditch your old talismans. It's like boom, 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 boom. But you need 20 of them, right? You need 20. Actually, did any of these even good? This is the other problem, is you have to sit here and, like, look at if they're even, like, remotely useful, you know? Yeah, level 1 guard up's nothing. So it's like I have to sit here and count 20 talismans that look crappy. And I'm pretty sure, like, when I change these, I won't get any nice ones out of it, you know? It's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate that it's frustrating, right? Because in the old Monster Hunters, they still had charm hunting, like pretty much in exactly the same fashion, but you just went on a mining excursion and you mined a bunch, and then you got them randomly. It didn't cost you resources to do it. So I think that's probably my biggest gripe with it, is it costs you monster resources that you could be using to craft weapons and armor. Right? That's what's unfortunate. We won't hop in chat, so we aren't playing that game. Wait, what? Resident Evil 1 remake is the video spider that will freak you out. Oh. Oh, yeah. I remember him from the base game. From my Yill playthrough of Resident Evil 1. The OG. What's his name? Black Tiger, I think? Black Tiger? Sounds like Black Tiger. What? Wow. Wow. What game am I literally afraid to play? I don't think I'm actually afraid to play video games anymore. I've grown out of it as an adult man. There are parts I hate, though. I think I've actually... I'm pretty sure I've actually been like, no, I don't want to replay this because of specific sections. And it was more just like annoying sections. Like, oh my god. If I have to play Vagrant Story again, I'm going to, like, die when I have to do the fucking fly forest. The snow fly forest. That part sucks. I was also thinking of playing, like, Breath of Fire 3 again. And then I remember that I have to train Bade. And I have to do a bunch of terrible mini-games that actually suck. Just so I can play the game. That's the kind of stuff I remember in games. I'm like, no thank you. I will not repeat this terrible mini-game again. I would prefer not to do this. But I ain't afraid of no spider. It's just big. He's just big fake spider. He's fine. Get in your poison cloud, you stupid parrot monkey. No! Not like this. You're low rank, just die. Yeah, it's like Thomas's favorite game. Resident Evil 1. Our prey is weak. I don't know, Resident Evil 1 was pretty good. I should really play Remake at some point. Because I'm a plebe who only played the original game. Oh, we got captured. Yeah, I should probably play Remake 1 at some point. Or a Remake, rather. But, I don't know. Resident Evil's not really my, the classic REs are not really my scene. It's not some DLC locked ending. Well, so what happens is, like, you fight Ibushi and Narwa. And then you fight Narwa. Like, you fight Ibushi in a rampage, and then later you do some more quests, and you fight Narwa in, like, this big arena. I should just fight Narwa. You fight Narwa in this big arena, and then she, like, falls into a hole, and then you pass out, and, like, oh, is Narwa down there? I don't know. Did you see her fall down? Then she's not dead, and it's like, okay. So they're obvious, like, in my head, they're setting up, oh. Sorry, I was coughing. In my head, they're setting up that you fight Ibushi and Narwa at the same time. Wow, so cool, so important. It's the problem, right? It's the problem with talisman stuff is you just get trash. You just get trash, 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 trash. Okay, I'm gonna be right back real quick. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. What are we fighting? Let's just fight Narcotic. No. Let's do Narwa. I was talking about Thunder Serpent Narwa. Let's do Thunder Serpent Narwa. Everyone's favorite. My favorite, too. Just kidding, I hate this fight. I'm gonna eat my dango and I'm gonna like it. You know what? I should have set up the dango cutscene so you guys had something to watch. But I would only do that if I was a good streamer. If I don't have to watch that part. If anything, I would rather play Monster Hunter smashing the face with a big sword. Damn. Fan of the Monhun? Very cool. Very cool. Great sword is good choice. I liked how World did it. Oh, yeah. Well, I think it was like... World was good because it actually had like a conclusion. Like... we figured out what Nergigante was after. And then when they added Iceborne, they're like, oh, there's a new mystery. Where are all these, like, Yana going? Right? Totally fine. You know, I liked it too. I think, like, World's story was, like, very at the forefront, which is atypical for Monster Hunter games. He set up my attacking of her ball sack right here. Just gotta hit the dragon in the ball sack, okay? Don't think about it. It's just what you do in this fight, okay? But yeah, I think World's story was like very at the forefront, and I kind of wasn't sure how I felt about it because, you know, at the time, it was very different than any other Monster Hunter game. Because most games are like this, where it's just like, there's like no story. You like fight the flagship monster, and then after you fight the flagship monster, the credits roll. Which is what this game did, and it felt very unsatisfying when you just beat Magna Mallow. You're like not even done low rank, and you beat Magna Mallow, and then, like, game's over. It's like, what? Credits are rolling, and it's like, I haven't earned this at all. Never played, definitely seems like something you'd enjoy. That's good. You could always give it a try. I mean, if you're a PC gamer, this will be on PC soon. I would make the wild assumption that Monster Hunter World will go on sale at some point. And Monster Hunter World is probably a really good starting point. Maybe you could rope Thomas into playing it. Rope Thomas into playing World with you. Hey, where's the big one? I need the big one. I need to attack the ball sack. It's the weak point, okay? It's not weird. It's the weak point. Her ball sack? Yes, this is Thunder Serpent Narwa, who happens to be female, and we are attacking her ball sack. Gotta be careful with those dragon traps. No, she's female. It just happens to be that she has a ball sack, okay? Nothing weird about it. I mean, there's a lot... I have a lot of issues with this design, okay? I'm not a big fan of this monster's design. Oh, God. Okay. The Sonic the Hedgehog ring got me, alright? I tried. It just didn't work. I was attacked. I hope my cat doesn't say that someone hit his rump again. I don't want that happening either. Sack mind, yeah, I'll work on building one. I'd be a console player, don't have a PC yet. Well, if you got a PS4, it's also probably pretty cheap. You can play with Thomas. You could you could play with Thomas and pay up to Sony to pay PS Plus, but I'm sure Thomas doesn't want to do that right now based on current events. Where if I were a ball sack, I'd be over here. It's probably more worth it to grab the machine gun, actually. Xbox player? Oh, you have an Xbox? Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, actually, Thomas has a PS4. We're all Sony soy boys over here. Actually, well, one of the big problems is this, like, Xbox didn't have that many exclusives that I was interested in. I will say that they probably have a better online service than Sony. I think I've said that for multiple times now. That Sony has the well, Nintendo probably has the worst, but Sony probably has second worst. And it's shitty to have to pay for online on your console anyways. Cool. Where are we going? Over here, I guess. Key, y'all. Uh-oh. Yeah, so that was fun. I had to just guard, which didn't let me do anything. I'm gonna ride my dog. I need to sharpen my weapon. This is the nuke up. The nuke is up. I could try to nuke. Okay. Ugh. Okay, we won't go for the ball sack. We'll use the machine gun. It's probably more damage, actually. KFC console master race. That was a good joke. I mean, apparently it wasn't actually like a joke, but maybe it was. Maybe it was. I should really go for the head. Take Thanos' advice. See, isn't that topical and funny? I know about the pop culture memes. My revenge on Sony will be swift and stinky. I need a plane ticket and a lawn. Oh god, let me up, let me up, let me up, let me up. It's unfortunate. I mean, I don't know, especially lately, it's just like, how good did we have it back in like the PS3 era? Where like you literally just had online for free. You did it for free. Okay, oh my god, get over here. I need to attack the sack. Just like in real life. Speaking of Sony giving out Subnautica for free, which is nice. It was kind of like, I don't know, Subnautica looked kind of appealing to me, but then I kind of like think about it and like I probably don't want to actually play this. I don't know how long Subnautica is, but you know, the idea is cool. I just think it's probably not for me, even though I'm interested in it on some level. They gave away some game. I mean, I've been going on Epic like every so often, just taking the stuff. Like, they give away game, I take it. You know, forgot what they gave away something today. I think it was something about pink city lines or something. I don't know. I don't even look at them anymore. I'm just like, yeah, I'll take it. Looks like trash. I'll take it for free. Okay, get him, get him. Okay. Yeah, I'll take that trade every day of the week. He's getting nuked. Okay, let me on. Uh-oh. Whoop. Just shoot big monster. Big goo monster. Shoot him. Yeah, I think it looks fun. Like, I don't know why. Like, I'm not really into that genre, but Subnautica looks kind of cool. think I got refreshed interest in it because this guy I watch on YouTube, this Japanese guy who does like dioramas, did a bunch on Subnautica. You know what? That's pretty cool. Stay under rock for this one. Rock protect. Rock slam. No damage dealt. Get up. Get up again. Get on cannon. Shoot cannon. Shoot ball sack with cannon. I missed. Very cool. Yeah, that guy's got a cool. He's got a cool YouTube channel. It's like very specific. What's his name? It's like Thasilo Hobbier. He's got his whole channel is based on like thasalophobia, which is like fear of the deep water or whatever. So all his stuff is like undersea monsters and stuff. It's actually pretty cool. I was very impressed when I found his channel. I was happy I did because it's pretty interesting, his video. I enjoy it. Found a YouTube guy I actually like. What a shocker. That's the one. That's the ball sack one. You can tell. Oh, I did 1,000 damage because I pierced the sack. Just did enough damage to it. More like, oh god. Yep. Very cool. Very cool. Survival crafting roguelike games as a service battle royale. Wait, what is this for? The 4 horsemen of the gaming apocalypse. Oh, could be worse. You gotta see how many tags of those that Holy Avatar hit. Good old Holy Avatar, always good for a laugh. Just like, you know, it's like the Anthony Birch meme. At least you're not Anthony Birch. At least you're not Holy Avatar. You know? At least you're not Holy Avatar. Oh god. That's the laser. Double laser. Double laser for double boys. Oh, this is active. Come over here, coward. Oh, good! Face me, coward. Sack popped. Yeah, you burst the sack. Come over here, coward. How hard could it be to come over here? Ha! Oh god. You fucking amateur. No, I'm the amateur. I fucking missed. How embarrassing. How publicly embarrassing for me. The Dragonator actually does... I think the splitting wyvern shot does more damage. The nuke does like 2,000. Although, I don't know. I've not actually done a calculation. It'll just take slightly longer because I missed my Dragonator like a fool. What a fool, what a fool. Let me up. Let me up. Shoot the ball sack from over here. It's probably, you know what? This is actually probably better than actually going over there and hitting it myself. So. Okay, not that one. We're going up. Key-yaw. Press R1 to block. Press R1 again to block. I have no opportunity to shoot this thing. Actually, now I have to get down here. Because now, whenever it falls, platform is raised so you can hit it in the ball sack. I mean, the nuke better do more damage. Well, it just looks like a nuke. I don't know. It looks cool. It does 2,000. I don't know how much the Dragonator does. I think it does multiple hits of 150. I mean, it hits at least 3 times. Oh my god. The Dragonator hits at least three times. So it's hard to know exactly how many times it hits, but I'm pretty sure it's... So it's either 450 or multiple 450s if you hit all 3. But you see it's like 3 drills. I'm very happy I got this opportunity to use this machine gun. Okay. Whatever, just keep hitting them. That's all there is to it. Well, her, I guess. Where'd those orbs come from? Okay, is this the big one? Going into the spiral mode for free damage. I mean, probably dead soon. Just because, like, you kind of get a feel for how this fight goes. Oh god, that sucks. Okay, so this is what happens, right? Is the monster, well, Narwa, like, she blows up, like, the arena, and then she, like, falls in a hole, and then it's just like, did you confirm she's dead? And it's like, no. It's like, okay, I guess she's alive. Tales of the Neon Sea, not a clue what it's about. Yeah, me neither. I don't know. Just... I'm a simple jack, okay? I see free game on Epic, I take it. Right? Epic doesn't have any of my credentials. There's like no personal info on there. It's quite literally just like, yeah, just take free game, you know? Ooh, what's this? Piece of candy. Nice. Free Elder Dragon Blood, baby. You just take them. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, I think there's reasons to dislike Epic. Like, they have ties to China, and if you don't, I mean, I personally wouldn't trust China with my data beans. But you know, like I said, I don't have like any information tied to my account, so they have like my email, which, you know, it's publicly available anyways. But yeah, I don't. I haven't given Epic any money. Me and Max bought one game, which we promptly refunded. Which is very cool. Wake up every day happy not to be Anthony Birch, and that no one has stolen my Wii U, because I don't have one. You know what? You know what's really funny? If you look back at my history of buying consoles, it's very directly related to Monster Hunter, if you think about it. It's like PSP. So my PS2, no. I didn't buy my PS2 specifically for Monster Hunter. I've been waiting for you. But my PSP largely, well, my brother had a PSP. He bought a PSP for whatever, and then I bought Freedom Unite, and then I got my own PSP. And then my Wii U I bought because of 3 Ultimate. I used to joke that, like, I think my Wii U plus 3 Ultimate cost about $350, and then I got like 350 hours out of 3 Ultimate, so it kind of like was like $1 an hour for my Wii U. Plus I played a couple other games on my Wii U, but like, and then it's like I bought my Switch for Monster Hunter, so it's like I bought quite a few consoles for Monster Hunter, which is kind of funny to think about. Royal Ludroth and Ageria potatoes. Is Giratotus actually weak to thunder? I feel like I need more Giratotus materials for some reason. It is, but like barely. I mean, we're approaching the 2-hour mark. Should I actually stick to my 2-hour only? Or should I just cheat the game and myself? Imagine the pain of waking up every day being Anthony Birch. Just life suffering constantly. They look down the hall and say to themselves, this won't come back to bite us. Wait, what? Sanguinius? Oh, wait, what? Narwa has a spaz attack? Yeah, she... I don't know, like, the ending of this is like, it's like clearly not finished, right? Because it's like, you beat Magnum Mallow and it's like, okay, credits roll, and then you beat Narwa and like the credits don't roll. They're like, well, we have no evidence that you've beaten Narwa, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, we know you beat her, but she's not dead, so this is gonna continue. And then the twins have a really weird scene on the beach where they like go in for a kiss, but they don't kiss. Because they're like, I don't know, they're basically like empaths. Remember that fun empath meme from the 90s? They're basically empaths for the dragons. So like, I think they say that like they resonate with them or something. And they're like, the dragons are basically, you could equate it to like husband and wife. They're mates. But then the twins are sisters, and it's like, this is kind of awkward and weird. Did nobody in Japan realize this? Well, they probably did, and they're probably like, yeah, we're fine with it. We're cool with it. We're into weird shit. Japan and their weird stuff. Who would have guessed? Liz, don't tell me the 90s ended. The 90s ended. Although the empath meme still exists. That was my favorite thing in Species. I think it was Species, right? With God, was it Forrest Whitaker, wasn't it? It was Forrest Whitaker in Species, wasn't it? He was the empath. God, what a stupid Hollywood meme. I can sense what she's thinking. It's like, okay. cool. Should watch Species again. That was a terrible movie. Empath, very cool. It's like the worst power. Unironically, I was watching a Woodstock concert in 1998 concert video. That's cool. It was a different time, dude. I would have been 5 years old. In 1994, 5 years old. Well, 4 years old probably for most of it, and then 5. Tobias Kadachi. Maybe I should build this in Ogre Dual Blades. Whee! They broke his mane. His watery mane. The 94 9-inch nails said it's fucking killer. 9-inch nails is at Woodstock? I forget how old that guy is. I don't know why. Hey, what's this? Ooh, piece of candy. Probably shouldn't even bother farming Ludroth, because I'm pretty sure all his weapons are terrible, and his armor is probably not worth building. I should do Jura Potatoes, at least for the... I think the chest armor was really good. It's got like power prolonger on it, I think. There's a tail off. Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails is now an Oscar-winning movie composer. Is he actually? For what movie? Sorry, I believe they're called films. Kia. Let me ride. Where are you, dog? Give up a finger to travel back in time just for that. Front row mosh pit. Dude, that's a... I like my fingers, okay? My hands are already small enough. They don't need to get smaller. I couldn't handle, like, losing any dimensions on my fingers. Or my hand. Just because my hand is small enough, as is. Well, hands. I have 2 of them. I need all the surface area I can get on my hands right there. Gone Girl, The Social Network. Really? So the music for that Pixar movie. So he did it for Soul? I guess that's kind of crazy. Well, I mean, I guess people are... They're artists and musicians, like, whatever. The guy from Tool is apparently, like... He's like an opera singer or something, isn't he? There's some, like, weird... He's got some weird credentials that you wouldn't expect from Tool. Ugh. But I think a lot of those guys are just like... I don't know, a lot of those guys actually have, like, a lot of different genre bands, too. Our Perez Week. Quick, get in the trap. Kia. What a fool, we got him. Now we have to fight Juria Potatoes. Let's just take everything in this bump out real quick. An edgy goth shithead Wes. I've literally never moved past that phase. What, your tool phase? Your trivium phase? I had a trivium phase. I listened to a lot of trivium like right out of college, I think. Well, not right out of college, right out of high school. I listened to a lot of trivium. And yeah. I haven't thought about trivium since then. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Nice, dude. Bringing back the classic. I actually love that meme. It's a good one. It's a very memeable meme. Has a lot of practical applications in meme creation. I'm all about that. That's why I made that Frank West meme. Because that has a lot of practical applications too. It's like someone just does something stupid, you can just have Frank come in and be like, what are you doing? I have yet to see one, but it'll be interesting when someone actually uses it. I can confirm that he is still punk goth. Is he? I wasn't cool enough to be goth, I guess. I was just a little boy. A late bloomer. And now I'm 32 years old, I'm like, I should, like, dress nicer. I'm like, I've been wearing, like, sweatshirts my whole life. I'm like, I should get, like, trousers. I should wear, like, button-up shirts or something. Should dress my age. Dress more appropriately. I'm still dressing like I'm in high school. I'm like, I should be more adult in my fashion. Vegas is just a pain. If I knew how to use the Frank, what are you doing video, I want to. Well, yeah, you just have to green screen it out. It should be fine. I've never actually done it. Well, I know how to chroma key. I just haven't. I don't think I've ever actually practically used it in a video. I must have keyed out stuff before. But if you have whatever, I can give you. I think I still have the raw file. If you actually want the raw file, I can figure out a way to distribute it to you. Otherwise, you're just gonna have to like do the screen capture method. Since I think all those YouTube video downloader add-ons for the web browsers don't work anymore. God, this monster's so boring. Why did they put this guy in the game? Just poops mud everywhere. He's a big fish. Just flops around. Not even that threatening. Well, I mean, he's threatening because they just tuned his damage and health really high. Which is like the worst way to tune something. Don't actually give it cool attacks that are hard to dodge or anything. You just like, yeah, he just takes a lot of punishment, and if he does hit you, he does a lot of damage. And he just covers himself in mud, so he's impossible to damage. How wholesome, you two. Very wholesome. Fashion is for the fashionable. Go with my own style of whatever is closest to me, unless it's a more formal event. Yeah, well, that's the thing, is I don't have any formal clothes. The most recent clothing I bought was like some black jeans and a brown sweatshirt and a blue sweatshirt and a couple of t-shirts. Like, that's what I bought recently. And that's because my old sweatshirts were my old black sweatshirts that I was using. I painted in them like 5 years ago. And I had paint all over them. And I was just like, you know what? I should just get some new ones that are nicer. And they were a lot nicer, but, you know, I don't buy a lot of clothes. Like I said, I run most of my stuff into the ground. I still haven't bought new headphones. I probably should. It's like I don't want to. I don't want to buy new headphones because I don't know. I just don't feel like I need to. Oh my god, did I just not sharpen when I was on the dog? What a fool, what a fool. Don't apologize for the cavity-inducing sweetness that will seep into streams. That's great. I need to apologize. Oh god, come on! I swear to god. The strongest attack in this game is literally, I'm going to move forward now. And then they hit you with it. And then you die. He wombos you with a fucking lightning laser. Dressed in all black, unironically. I am a walking cliche. You know what? I don't like I don't like monocolored outfits. It feels wrong to me. Like, if I'm wearing my black jeans, I can't wear a black shirt. It feels off. There's something about it, dude. I just feel like I can't do it. It'd be the same thing if I'm wearing, like, blue jeans and a blue shirt. I have some weird complex about it, I guess. I just feel like it's wrong. I feel like I need to have some different colors on me for some reason. Which is weird, because normally I don't care. Like, I don't care about fashion at all, but I just feel like it looks wrong to have all one uniform color. Just, I don't know, something about it. Yep, get whipped by the tail on the way back. Very cool indeed. I don't wear all black on purpose. It's a coincidence that my most comfy shirt and jacket are all the same color, yeah. I think that's the case. I think my best shirts now are like green and brown. My nicest shirts, at least. My newest shirts. Yeah, it's green and brown, and then my sweatshirts are brown and blue, and my pants are all black. I decided black jeans was more appropriate because it's, I don't know. Because it wasn't blue. I think I literally was like, I'm getting a blue sweatshirt. I shouldn't get blue jeans. So I got black jeans. I think that's literally my thought process was that. It's like, I can't have blue sweatshirt and blue jeans, so I'll go with black. Man, is something wrong with me? I'm like, do I actually have a complex? I might. I don't know, my brother told me he's got, I guess he has, like, he thinks he has, like, very minor OCD where he won't, like, he, like, can't sleep if the stripes on his blanket are the wrong way. I'm like, damn, that's pretty hardcore. I don't think I'm that bad, but I guess we all have our own shit that's weird. Bone pile is, like, the only thing in here. It's not here. Mining node. Perhaps? Yes. Get there, you can do it! Ha! Got him. Man of colorful taste and fashion. I apologize if we someone can mail vanilla Coke to you since it's legit cavity inducing. Well, I drink a lot of soda. I drink a lot of diet soda, which is probably just as bad, if not worse. What about jeans, jean dress shirt, and jean jacket all at once? I used to have a jean jacket when I was, like, in elementary school. And then I graduated to the very cool 8-ball leather jacket that was a hand-me-down from my mom's friend. It was the best jacket. I actually loved that jacket, even though, in retrospect, it was fucking terrible. And then I just wore, like, sweatshirts all the time. And then I got my leather jacket that I wore in... I don't know, how old was I? 19? I think I was like, well, I guess maybe it was 18. Maybe 18 or 19? No, it's probably 19. I remember when I finished culinary school, I bought myself a leather jacket. It was pretty cool. And then I shelved it, I don't know why. Just decided it wasn't worth wearing anymore, I guess. Now I'm just wearing sweaters, sweatshirts, hoodies, whatever. Hoodies and jeans every day. Unless I'm feeling really lazy and then I wear my sweatpants. But they're like, the sweatpants are awful. A complex, I think it's pretty simple. Do not mock the triple denim. Triple denim is pretty powerful, I think. Very cool. My Stream Deck has passed on again. It needs a reboot. I have a Drifter jean jacket I wear in summer all the time. It's my low-key drive jacket. It's like not quite drive, but it's drive. Is that what you're going for? Gonna be the guy who like bases his entire personality around the movie Drive. Literally starts dating the girl because he pretended to be the driver. That's such a good copy paste though. I like my denim jacket, though I wear it more for extra pockets. I don't know. My jeans are usually enough for pockets. Like I don't know. I usually only wear the side pockets in my jeans. And I can usually fit like everything I would possibly want. Like wallet, keys, phone. Usually what I take, isn't it? Maybe there's something else. Is there something else I take? Wallet, keys, phone. No, I think that's pretty much all I take. I don't take a lot when I go out. Granted, my wallet's a pretty big boy. He's a thick boy. It's also made out of crocodile. Because that's how I roll. My gator skin wallet. Oh, cleverly dodged, Julio. Don't worry about it. I'm not actually trying that hard. I'll just say you're not trying hard. It's okay. Just keep saying you're not trying hard. I'm not paying attention. I'm reading chat. I'm reading chat. Okay. Barrel hop didn't hit me. I'm good at this game. No, you're gonna do that, right? Fine. I'll attack your little baby arms. Little baby T-Rex arms. Oh, Pookie's here. Very cool. Let's take a drink of that. Drive is very important. I don't think I've ever seen Drive. It's like, oh, I'm not into those kind of movies, or whatever he said. They have to talk with her yet. Talk about Drive. But he wants to watch Drive after Doom Eternal. Doom Returnal. Returnal it to the shop. Oink. Oh god, get out of my way. Out of my way. A man on a mission. And the mission's to pick up the shiny. I can't have that much fight left in him, can he? Well, I guess we're in high rank, so yes, he can. He can have plenty of fight left in him. He just wants to roll around in the mud, dude. And I have to hunt him now because some guy was like, yeah, I don't like this Baroth here, even though he's minding his own business in the mud. Oh god. I don't know. Like recently, I've had issues with sharpness. Like, I don't know why. It's like the whole base game I like didn't. And, like going back now, I'm like, huh? Maybe razor sharp isn't so bad. But, I mean, see how easy it is for me to just like sharpen up while I'm still fighting this thing. I just don't think speed sharpening, razor sharp, or protective polish are that useful. Okay, he's weak. You're weak. Faking a fraud. No man. To hunt. To eat. Best part of Drive was the music. The rest of it wasn't at best. No, dude, it had Ryan Gosling in it. He was the driver. He wasn't Sean from Breaker High, okay? He was cool. He was the driver. He's the coolest guy around. Even though he's always just gonna be Sean from Breaker High for me. I quite literally cannot see Ryan Gosling as anything but Sean from Breaker High. It's impossible for me. Jeez, any Pookie Pookies you're good. I should just do like a quick... Before I end the stream, I'll take a look at the gear. Be like, hey, is this actually worth farming these guys? I should make a list. I'll make a list and check it twice of what monsters I should actually farm. Wrong. That clip of Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor just screaming wrong into that woman's face. Very cool. Driver was so forgettable, I forget I was halfway through the first time watching it and I realized I'd watched it before. That's pretty great, dude. Like, wait, have I seen this movie? I don't know. Driver gets a lot of, I don't know if it's like a cult movie or what. People seem to really like Driver. I don't know, I've never seen it. Just boop into the poison cloud. I booped it. It was goofed on. Oh god. Very cool indeed. He's tired. He is tired. He pooted out all his poison gas, I guess. Just poop it out. Yoink. It's an almost cult movie. I don't know. It seems like it's kind of culty. I don't know. Lots of people really like Drive. I don't know. I heard a lot of really good things about like 12 Monkeys too. Then I watched and I'm like, yeah, this is okay. I see what it was doing, but then it took like... It probably had like, I don't know, half an hour to 20 minutes of... Or 20 minutes to half an hour of extra content it didn't really need. I don't know. But then again, I also like... I think the movies I like to watch now are just like really crappy horror movies. And Riverdale. I guess Riverdale's not a movie, but... The Riverdale lore is extensive. And I'm all in on Riverdale. It's got a little bit of everything. It's got a little something for everyone. Boondock Saints? I've not seen Boondock Saints. I'm just too busy watching Riverdale all the time. You guys still watch movies? I don't, like... I watched John Wick 3 last night. And then I, like, stopped halfway through, because I was like... It was unironically, like, I can't... Like, I don't know, the fight scenes weren't as cool. Like, Halle Berry was in it, and she's doing, like, fight choreography, and it's like... I, like, actually can't believe her as, like, a fight girl. I don't know, it's hard to say. It's hard to explain. I think part of it is that, like, her scenes were not particularly interesting, and they were a bit... I think she wasn't up to scratch compared to other people. Cause like, fuck, I don't know. I like John Wick 2 a lot. And who was the girl in that? The mute girl? Maybe she was deaf. I don't know. The girl who didn't talk. I think that was Ruby Rose. I liked her character a lot. But then like Halle Berry's on the scene and like her fight scenes just weren't very good. And then it was just like kind of boring. And I'm one of the weirdos who actually likes the lore of John Wick, as opposed to just like the dumb fight sequences. I don't know. John Wick 3 was just disappointing, and it's like now they're setting up for John Wick Chapter 4, and it's like I'm kind of checking out. I'm kind of checking out. Okay, well you do that. I'm gonna take your time. Yet her and Kiana went through holy shit training. Oh yeah, I'm sure they did a lot of training, but like I don't know. If you just like watch Halle Berry's parts in the fight scenes, it's like I don't know. They're just not very good. It's unfortunate. Like I wanted them to be better. I thought the aspect with the dogs was cool, but like when you're actually watching her like fight a guy, it's just not very good. I don't know what to describe it as, but it's like I guess it's like slow. I guess it was slow, and it probably wasn't. They probably weren't shooting like flattering angles to the scene, so it feels like she's just like getting a pass from all the stuntmen, right? I don't know. It's hard to explain. Ruby was cool. Yeah, I thought Ruby Rose's character, like, she doesn't have any lines, but I thought she was good in John Wick 2. I liked her as, like, an antagonist, like a tertiary antagonist, I guess. Pookie down, yeah. Agreed, the lore is awesome, and the people were, like, 50-50 on if they like John Wick 3. Yeah, it's because it's, like, I think the thing about John Wick 3 is they keep, like, moving the goalposts, I guess. Because, like, he goes into, like, the desert, and then it's like, okay. And then he's like, oh, you want back in? It's like, not really, but I'll do it anyways. I don't know. I think part of it was that maybe they shouldn't have ended John Wick 2 the way they did. Maybe they should have done something a little different. Let's fight the mud guy. Down and dirty. The mud master himself. This is slightly better. But I'm gonna run the Blazarios because they got more crits. And I want to do the crits. I want to do the crits. One time in Hollywood has better dogfights than John Wick 3. Well, I think it wasn't necessarily that the dogs, like the dog fight scenes were good. I mean, if you watch the fight scenes in John Wick 3 with the dogs, those dogs go for the testicles like every single time. They're like straight to the fucking crotch. And I think it was just more like it was an interesting take on the fight scene. It's just like having the dogs. Rather than the dogs being like a super important part of things. The only thing I know from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is that the scene where the guy gets tossed into the side of a car. So it's because it's supposed to be like chapters from a book, they'll have slow and boring chapters that build up to the next. I mean, kind of. Like, the first time I was watching John Wick 2, I was pretty much like, okay, this is going one of two ways. Right? I was like, he's either gonna assassinate this girl immediately, or it's gonna be like a really long extended fight sequence to him assassinating the girl. And I kind of liked that they chose to make it so that he just like, he got it out of the way like right away. Like that was cool. But then I think it's, I don't know, it's hard to explain. John Wick 3 I just felt was kind of weak. And it makes me not super excited for John Wick 4. Of course they go for the balls. Yeah, I know, but it's just funny. Just like 100%. It was like they were trained like exclusively to go for the Johnson. I mean, they go for the arm and stuff too, but it's just like 9 out of 10 guys like get bitten in the dick. It's just funny. They're owned by a woman, yeah. It's true, I guess. It is true. Get out of here, you mud. No, not like this. I can't believe this isn't a snake with hands, it's just a dragon. How could they have done this to him? Could you imagine if this was a snake with hands? That would have been so much cooler. It would have been like the coolest thing ever. Instead, it's just another dragon. So John Wick 2 and 3 at the cinema, I'll be watching 4 at home. Yeah. Well, I think part of that is like, I don't know. I think the movie theaters are just still going to be shut down for a long time. Might be different where you are, I'm not sure, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure. So my closest theater is called Silver City Riverport, which is out on the other side of Richmond. And it's a big theater. But I'm pretty sure it's still closed. I think I looked into it not that long ago. I think Max wanted to see a movie. He just looked at it and it's like, wow, they're still closed. It's like, I honestly don't know how, like, movie theaters are gonna recover. His hand is too tough. Even though it's not a snake hand. It's just a regular dragon hand. Oh my god, he hit me with his Pokeball. Come on. Get on, dog. I need to ride to sharpen. Wherever I must go, I must sharpen. Surprised it didn't hit me, honestly, but whatever. I'll take what I can get at this point. No, he attacked me with a ball. Needs to be removed, point blank. Wait, what? Oh, talking about Bonnie Henry. Oh yeah, instantly talking about Bonnie Henry. Oh, I don't think. I think after Horgan's remarks, I don't think he's winning the next election for sure. I don't think people forget shit like that where they're like, oh yeah, it's all your fault that we're still doing this. It's like very cool. Very cool, John Horgan. Blame all young people. Very fucking cool. Basically bought the election with his little $500 checkies. And then immediately loses all the good faith he garnered with that comment. Very fucking cool. We'll see what happens. I'm probably... Oh, I mean, I don't really vote NDP normally, but... Comments like that actually make me want to take a more active role in the process, you know? Snake monster when Capcom. I think they have... Well, there is a snake with arms. I think it's called, like, Dalamadur. He's, like, actually fucking huge. He's, like, a giant monster. Like, easily the biggest monster they've made, I think. And there's also a snake called, whatever, Arachnophobia or something? Arachneoth? And, like, but he was, like, Monster Hunter Frontier, which was, like, the Japanese-only exclusive PC Monster Hunter MMO. He was a monster in there. Oh, it's Reviant, I think. That makes sense. That would make more sense than whatever I said the first time. Horgan is a dunzo, he can get fucked. I think Horgan fucked himself over real hard. I think people are wise to his grift. Our prey is weak, ready for capture. Damn, already? That actually went pretty fast. I guess I'm just like traumatized because the first time I fought this guy, I threw throwing knives at him for like half an hour. Just throw some poop on him, not that that'll matter to him because he's already a poopy boy. Let's catch him on chat. People getting mad about Bonnie Henry. This year, I'm not watching any movie I can in theaters. Oh, after this past year, I'm watching any movie I can in theaters. Yeah, I think people miss it. Like, I personally don't, okay? I like watching movies at home. But I understand, like, Max likes to go out to the movies. So I understand, like, not having that kind of sucks for those people who really like it. But I've never really liked going to the theater. Damn, 5 minutes. Okay, I'll try it. I'll go half an hour. I'll go for half an hour. We'll do 3 hours. Even though I said 2. I'll just pretend I said something else. Let's hunt a Diablos, because why the fuck not? Oh, how convenient. I'm already wearing the right weapon. Oh yeah, talk about the Rio, yeah. Suing Bonnie Henry doesn't ruin our economy more than she already has with the shit. I really think, like, we've given it a year. I think this summer people are gonna they're gonna stop caring. You couldn't pay me to go to the movies these days? Yeah. Well, I mean, part of it is that the movies have been kind of shitty. And the other part is that, like, yeah, I don't really like going to the theater, because, like, I don't know, I like sitting on my couch at home. My TV's pretty big when I use it. So it's like, I can pause it. I can pause it if I need to get up and get a drink or a snack or go to the bathroom, or if the movie's bad, I can just, like, pick something else, like, walk away. You know? These are all appealing features of watching at home. Next movie I'm planning to watch is Godzilla vs. King Kong. Friend invited me over to watch it. I mean, that might be fun. I mean, it's probably got, like, Pacific Rim vibes, where it's like you're just gonna watch two monsters punch each other, which is cool. She needs to be removed. Yeah, very cool. Very same page. Very same page. The only reason I'm against that Doom is because I hate Hollywood. Yeah. Just like I hate anime. It's fair, but a local place called the Rio won't give into anything Hollywood. Yeah. I mean, I think the Rio was funny, because didn't they say they were, like, changing to a sports bar or something? They're like, movie theaters are closed, but if we're a restaurant, we're allowed to open. So I thought there was a big thing there. They're gonna, like, turn into a sports bar. Like, basically in name only, so they can operate. Which is, like, so fucking stupid. Like, the fact that you have to do shit like that to be able to, like, keep your business going. Because the Rio is, like, it's a pretty significant part of Vancouver. Like, everyone knows the Rio. You know, it's important to have stuff like that in the city. You don't want to see the Rio just, like, die because, you know, COVID restrictions. I just remember seeing that in the paper. $500 check I never got. How did you not get the checky? I got the checky. Did you apply? Did you apply for it? I think you had to apply for it. Yeah, that's based. I love small theaters. Yeah, the Rio is like a little local theater in Vancouver. Not local to me, I guess. But you tricked me. You tricked me with your big tail. Huh? Huh? You hear all that, Diablos? Huh. I didn't expect you to come from there, but very cool. I will face you. Monster Hunter GU has Najarala, which is a snake, but does he have hands? This is the moment, okay? We need to know if the snake has hands. That's all that I care about. If it's just a regular snake, I don't care, but a snake with hands, there's just something about that that's appealing to me. Regular snake, don't care. Snake with hands, yes please. This boss is literally just panicking. Like, oh fuck, he's charging me. He's coming right for me. I'm constantly healing because I'm bad at video games. Covers so much distance, dude. I just remember 3 Ultimate. It was really funny in 3 Ultimate because Black Diablos was actually slower than than high rank Diablos. Because, like, I don't know what they did, but they just made it so high rank was, like, way harder. Like, it took a lot less damage, sure, but Diablos was, like, slower in master or G rank than in high rank, which made no sense, but it was funny. It was funny. I'd take Frank over him. Boomer piece of shit who blamed people aged 20 to 30. Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, the pandemic, the response has been so fucking bad. It's, like, so unclear. I was actually talking about this with my parents on Easter. But, you know BC Ferries, right? You guys must be familiar with BC Ferries. But, BC Ferries, like, if you drive on the ferry, right? The logical thing to be during the pandemic when you don't want everyone to gather is like, okay, just let everyone stay in their car, okay? You just drive onto the ferry, you're free to stay in your car, you can come up if you want, but you can stay in your car. But BC Ferries has a regulation where you can't, if you're on a certain deck, like I think it's the lower decks. No, maybe it's the upper decks. I don't remember. But one of the sets of decks, if you're on that deck, you're not allowed to stay in your car, right? Because there was I think there was some accident like way back when like a Russian ship hit the deck or hit the BC ferry and like some people died, which is unfortunate. But So anyways, you're not supposed to stay in the car. You're not allowed to stay in your car if you're on that deck. But then it's like, well, we have this pandemic. And you think, like, you would just, like, supersede that rule? Be like, okay, as a temporary measure, we're just gonna let you stay in your car. But they don't. You have to, like, maintain that thing. So now it's like, you have to wear a mask. You have to bring a mask, even though it'd be, like, totally fine for you to just stay in your car. You gotta bring a mask. You gotta wear a mask. You have to go up to the upper deck and, like, interact with people. And it's like, why would you not just be like, everyone can just stay in their car? Because it would be so much better for, like, pandemic response. And it's like, no, it's fine. It's fine in this circumstance because, yeah, you know, you have to get out of your car and interact with people, even though it would be better to just have everyone sit there. They won't let you stay in your car for the lower 2 decks? Yeah, exactly. Oh, is it an engine fire? Okay, well. I'm just saying, like, for pandemic response, just, like, supersede that rule. As a temporary thing, like, fine. But it's just so silly that they're like, yeah, you have to, if you're getting on the ferry, you have to go up, exposing yourself to people who potentially have it, and it's like, okay. Very, very cool. Very cool. You did that now, but then the province literally shut everything down. Yeah, I didn't actually read more about it. I should actually look into it after the stream. I mean, good for them. It's like if they're like, yeah, sports bars are allowed to open, but the movie theater can't. Like, yeah, we're a sports bar now. It makes fucking perfect sense to me. And you see shit like I saw like a video of a guy in Ontario, and he was just I think he would like well. He owned a barbecue restaurant, and like the police response to this guy opening up his barbecue restaurant was fucking like ludicrous. It was like, just let him do it, like who fucking cares? And then it was like, no, like it was like all of the town's RCMP showed up. There was like 14 cops there. It's like, dude, really? This guy's just trying to like keep his business open. That shit was fucking amazing. Fire happened a month before the pandemic hit hard last year on the Queen of Oak Bay. Queen of Oak Bay, isn't that an old ship? Some of the ships on BC Ferries' line are like super old. There's always a policy they never enforce. Yeah, I know. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because I know I used to stay in my car all the time, where I was traveling with my parents and just stay in the van. Because yeah, going up kind of sucks. You know, you gotta like sit next to people. It's weird. Yeah, so it just seems weird that they'd start enforcing it, and then like the pandemic hits, and they're not like, oh, well, we shouldn't enforce this. Because I think you should just like, yeah, okay, you want to limit people's exposure. What's the safest place for you? Well, it's probably in your car. It's like, no, you have to get out. You have to get out and talk to, well, not talk to people, but like potentially interact with everybody. And it's like, ugh. It's just so much easier. Just let people stay in your car. Like, I get it if you're like a walk-on, you have to do it. Like, you have to go up there because there's nowhere else for you to sit. It just makes so much more sense. It would be probably safer for everybody. Because then there was like another thing. There was a guy who was like some anti-masker or something. And they like turned the ship around recently. Because he was like an anti-masker, and then they like turned him around and like arrested him and stuff. And it's like... Just if you had let him stay in his car, none of this would have happened. I'm sure he would have just like minded his own fucking business. But now you're like ruining everyone's ferry experience, making the trip take like 3 times as long because one guy is causing a scene. Where are you going? Get back, you coward. He's running away. He's literally running away like a coward. Every day that passes, the more concerning living here is getting. I think the problem is everywhere is gonna have issues like this. I think we've been pretty tame, but yeah, it sucks when stuff just is constantly getting shut down. It's like, just figure it out. Just figure out the thing that's gonna stop this. I remember the news posts that were like, yeah, it's just 2 weeks to flatten the curve. And now it's like literally like a year later. We're still talking about it, you know? This is so crazy. Now this is what I'm talking about. Just stand still. Stand still so I can capture you. You big coward. Oh, and now you can't sit at a table to eat. You have to sit in a chair, and if all the seats are taken, you have to sit outside. Really? Well, yeah, that was the other thing my dad told me. Is like, yeah, they still have, like, the cafeteria is still open. So you can go eat in the cafeteria. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, it's just so crazy. Like, the whole thing is, like, completely absurd. You could be in the States where if you're not California, Florida, Texas, or New York, literally no one cares how you enforce pandemic law. Well, I mean, New York got hit, like, really bad in the beginning. I mean, like I said, I've said this. I saw footage, like, early on in the pandemic, and they showed footage from, like, Italy. And there's all these people, like, lined up on cots in, like, a shitty gymnasium. And they're all on respirators, and it's like, holy hell, dude. Like, this looks fucking awful. I don't want that. And then you see what actually happens to, like, most people who get it, and they're like, yeah, it was like a bad flu. It's like, okay. Well, which is it? Is it gonna kill everybody, or is it just like a bad flu? Barrioth might be good, actually. It's not to Barrioth.
Good luck out there.
Let's run my shock blades, even though I think he's more weak to fire. Both of them. What's that? It's both, yeah. He's actually went up to others and was invading their personal space. Who's this? Oh, hang on. Oh, and now you can say, okay. He was also on his way to an anti-mask protest in downtown Vancouver. I heard he actually went up to others and was invading their personal space. I mean, probably. I mean, nobody wants someone up in their business, and yeah, like, if he's just being, like, belligerent, then yeah, arrest him and get him out of there. But I don't know. I feel like BC ferries should just have, like, a brig. You just throw some guy in the brig, and then, like, you deal with him on the other side. Like, turning the ferry around is, like, a little insane. Because you're inconveniencing a lot of people. I mean, I get it if there was, like, a legitimate medical emergency, like... I don't think I've been on a ferry when there's been a medical emergency, but I know it's happened where they've, like, turned the ferry around because some guy's having a heart attack or whatever. But, you know. To just, like, completely stop the ship and turn it around so you can arrest one guy just seems a bit crazy. Like, you probably just need, like, one room. Like, lock him in his stateroom or something. Nobody uses the staterooms anyways, right? Arrest him, just toss him overboard, use him as an anchor. No. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I think there's probably a better way to deal with it than just, like, turning the whole ship around, but... Like I said, just have a brig on the ship. Turn one of the staterooms into a brig. Ships should have brigs. Brigs just sound cool. I thought all ships had one. Just have a prison. Chain an inflatable float to the ferry and let him ride in there. Get him, put him in one of the life rafts. I mean, it would be fucking cold, so yeah, you'd be cold, you would 100% get wet. I think you'd have a real bad time. You might reevaluate your behavior. If they weren't that far from the dock to turn around, yeah. But still, turning around is like a hassle. Like, it takes a long time to launch, and like even once everything's fully loaded, it just takes a while to get moving. So then having to dock again, and then like deal with this guy, and then go back in, you're just like, it's a very big inconvenience to a lot of people. And yeah, I get that the guy was being a dick and belligerent. But, I'd be mad. I'm mad when I'm inconvenienced. Basically, that's what makes me upset, is when I'm personally inconvenienced. Personally. What's he doing? Why are you going after my kitty cat? You trying to spank his rump? Is that what you're trying to do? Please don't. Yay, Came from my 95-year-old great-grandpa. Lived to be 95 and a quarter with this new vaccine. Yeah, you know, I mean, it sounds harsh, but I saw a post on Twitter. Should really stop going on Twitter. But, like, I saw a post that's like, hear about the forgotten 95-year-olds in Toronto or whatever, and they're not getting vaccines. I'm like, we have a pretty clear shortage of vaccines. You know, this guy's 95. I mean, like, realistically, we should probably be giving it to the people who, like, are gonna get the most use out of it. I mean, yeah, it sucks to be, like, super old and not being able to go outside and stuff. Like, my mom's friend, like, her parents were, like, in assisted living, and her dad was not doing very well. And she was describing trying to, like, visit her mom and stuff, and it's like, it legitimately sounded like a prison. So I'm sympathetic to that cause, but, like, you kind of gotta, like, either get vaccines for everybody and get them fast, or you gotta kind of prioritize. And, you know, a guy who's like 95, it's probably better off giving that to someone who's gonna be like, you know, like a 50-year-old or a 65-year-old or something, or someone who has like a pre-existing medical condition that makes them more susceptible than like a 95-year-old. I know it sounds harsh, but you kind of got to be practical with your applications of a limited vaccine. And our vaccine rollout plans apparently have just been terrible. Like, apparently the States is just like vaccinating people by like the millions, like a day. We're just like, yeah, we can do like 100,000, like total. It's like, okay, cool, very cool. Best Monster Hunter channel, turning into a politics channel apparently, not intentionally. Current events and politics channel, you know. But thanks, I appreciate that. Turning your friend around was dude was forced to turn it around. The risk of retaliation, so I'm gonna be having a bad nice yeah, like I said. If you inconvenience me personally, I'm gonna be upset. That's my rule of thumb. I don't want to be inconvenienced. Boss's daughter who has Crohn's disease is getting vaccine. She's 50 to 16. Yeah, Max has a pre-existing condition similar to Crohn's, and I think he got fast-tracked to the vaccine. So like it does make sense to give it to people who are, well, I mean, like Max has like I don't know, digestion issue. He's got digestive issues. You'd think you'd be giving it to people who have like lung issues first, because it's mostly attacks your lungs. So giving it to people who have pre-existing, like, I don't know, lung issues like asthma and stuff would probably make the most sense to me. But what do I know? I'm not a doctor. I'm not Bonnie Henry. I'm not the greatest mind. Although apparently everyone's an expert on the coronavirus now. From what I've heard, everybody's an expert. Tell you not to wear a mask. Tell you mask isn't going to help you. Then it's suddenly everybody's got to wear a mask. And suddenly you got to wear 2 masks. You know, the rules keep changing. I can't keep up, okay? I'm a boomer. I'm an old man. Common sense isn't so common. Yeah, well. You know, kids can't transmit it. Oh wait, kids can transmit it. You know, I don't fucking get it. It's just like, you say it transfers from human to human contact, and it transfers from human to human contact, specifically from close quarters, and you're more at risk when you're indoors. But schools are fine, dude. Kids can't transmit it, bro. It's just like so stupid. I can't fucking believe it. And if they were just honest, I'd be fine. It's like, yeah, we need to open schools because it's better for the mental health of the students. I'd be fine with that. Like, just be fucking honest. We're opening schools because it's better for the mental health of the students, and you know, parents obviously need to go to work and stuff, right? Like, that is totally fine, and I would be on board. But when you say, just post ludicrous things like kids can't transfer it is just fucking, it makes me so mad. Fucking makes me so angry when I'm lied to. And if this has taught me anything, it's like I literally can't trust my government. You're not trustworthy. You just pull out whatever bullshit lie you can say. Here, this is politics, chat. We should get off of politics. But it's fine. I'm gonna end the stream in 10 minutes. My work was giving it out to workers and clients, but since I never checked my email, I missed it. Oh, very cool. I don't know. I wonder if you even need it. I know Dave's mom had it. Aiden had it. Good old Thick Grimes got it at some point. There's been a couple of people in Discord who have gotten it. I mean, it seems like it's not the worst thing in the world. Bad flu mostly for everybody. It's hard to tell. As a medical profession, Bonnie Henry isn't an expert, man. Well, everyone's an expert, just like I said. Suddenly everyone was like, oh, I'm a viral, I'm a virologist now. Because I wore my mask. Let me tell you, none of this matters. As a medical professional with a degree of 6 years of education. I don't know, dude. It's just this whole thing's bonkers. And the fact that it's gone on for so long, I think is just stressing everybody out, too. I mean, I don't know. I'd like to go to the grocery store without a mask on. That sounds fucking appealing to me. And I fucking hate going to the grocery store. But, you know, just because I haven't been able to do it for a year, makes me want to. It's the same thing with the movies. I'd probably go to a movie again, even though we had a conversation about how I hate going to movies. I'm an expert, but I don't get paid. I'd do it for free. Not that I was interested in getting it anyway, I'd rather someone else get mine. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of the same way, right? Like, you probably should be giving it to other people first. And then, like, yeah, sure. I'll take it when I take it. But, you know, it's like I work from home. Quote unquote work from home. I work from home. I'm 30. I'm 31. I was 32 this year. And it's like, I could probably stave it off. If I get it, I could probably stave it off. Probably better off giving it to people who actually need it first. Just want to be able to go and see my boyfriend without being yelled at when I hug him? Dude, no. That's wrong. You can't do that. But go ahead and go to the fucking skeeziest glory hole. Courtesy of the fucking BC government. You can't hug and kiss your girlfriend, but, you know, go to the glory hole. It's totally fine. I fucking hate our government. It was fucking embarrassing. I still can't believe that shit's real. I want to go live my life, but apparently that's not doing my part, yeah. I've been doing our part for, like, over a year. I've actually been pretty good, honestly. Like, it's mostly because I'm a shut-in anyways, but, you know, I've been pretty adamant about, like, not talking to people face-to-face. I don't go out in public. I mean, like, I haven't had car insurance on my car since October. Like, I'm not going anywhere. I don't need to pay for this. So it's like, fuck, dude. Like, who cares? Oh, yes. Our prey is weak. Very cool. Oh, no. I'm a genius. Oh, no. Wiggle got it twice. Did you get it twice? I thought you just got it once. Whatever. That's shitty. Oh, you did. Amen to that. Get out the battle axe and take the head of anyone who yells at you. Well. I mean, I think, like, recently there's been stuff like, people have just been being dicks recently. You go to the coffee shop and they just cause a scene. It's like, okay, cool. But I'm like 90% sure it's because everyone's mad. Everyone's mad that it's gone on so long. That's how I was with my car insurance last year. Yeah, it's like, I'm not going anywhere, so fuck it. I'm not paying it. I mean, the problem is now my car's probably not going to start. I haven't tried starting it in, like, I don't know. I think I tried in I think in December I started it, and I just let it run for a while, but I haven't tried since, so yeah. I'm probably gonna have to do some tricks to get it started, you know. Fuck around with the fuel lines, but it's not like, you know, like, it saves me like $2,000. It's like fucking fine. Let's finish on platypus turtle frog. Always good to fight platypus turtle frog. Very exciting. Lou got target Koof on like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I know he got sick recently. Got headshot by some lady outside his hospital. Dude, I must have missed that. My buddies! All my little buddies. My meowcenaries. What did we get from the rampage? Some scraps. Jura toadies, Jura potatoes. And some Gosser egg materials, probably useful. We'll pick Magnum Mallow. Sounds good. Get a new battery? Well, my battery was kind of on the fritz anyways. My main concern is issues with the fuel lines. So, we'll probably have to do something. Have to, like, purge the fuel lines or something. I'll figure out. I mean, it's pretty clear I've got time, because it's like I said, I haven't driven my car since October, and it's like... as far as I know, this is gonna continue for some time, so... And I've, like, honestly, like, because of this, I've legitimately thought about just, like, getting rid of my car, because it's like, I don't need it. Especially since, it's like... I mean, there's obviously some good in this, like, I doubt all these grocery delivery services and stuff are gonna go out of business. Right. I think people like I like it. I love being able to like order food from Costco, have someone drop it off at my house. It's great. So I'll probably keep using that even after this is over. I mean, not all the time, obviously, but you know. Although honestly, like last time I was in my car, my battery had no issue. I wouldn't be surprised if leaving it idle for October, November, December, March, April. Sizable amount of time. Should probably get a cover for it too. Just like not doing it. I don't know. Just like I don't know. It's apparent that I don't really need a car. I'm just keeping it around because it's like. Problem with my car is it's like it's a nice car and it's not going to be worth anything. So it's probably more worthwhile to keep rather than get like $5,000 for it when it's like worth more than that as a car, basically. But monetary wise, it's not worth very much, even though it's like pretty nice. Good old car depreciation value. Very cool. Oh no. He's gonna eat me! Whoop. Then he tried to banana slam me. One platypus turtle frog versus me. A Blend Tech brand blender. Oh, now he's gonna sumo slam. Okay, here we go. I thought you played with hammer on this. What happened? What? What? When? When have I used hammer? I haven't like mained hammer since like the beginning of World. Halfway through World I gave up on hammer. didn't like how it felt. It didn't feel good. It didn't feel powerful to me. So I dropped it. That was like when I started World. You wouldn't have even seen that because I didn't even stream it. It was just like me grinding out Monster Hunter solo. I've been a Dual Blades main for like a long time. I mean, I mained Hammer like all the old ones. Ugh. Mained Hammer and Freedom Unite for a really long time. Try was Hammer. 3 Ultimate was Hammer. Portable Third was Hammer. Was gonna use Hammer in World, and then I decided I didn't like it after I got to, I think it was like I got to like Baroth, and they're like, oh, Hammer sucks. So I went to one of my alternative weapons, which was this, and I preferred it, and I've been using it ever since. I don't think Hammer sucks. It's just like, I don't know. There's something about it. It just didn't feel good. But then you got like Dave, who like swears by Hammer. He christened himself the Slowpoke. Oh god, no. No! Not like this! I could use it too, if you don't mind. Dog. My bad, wrong YouTube. No, I don't mind. I haven't mained Hammer in a long time. I don't know what I'll do next. I might just ask the Discord boys what they want. I might also just do Charge Blade because it's a bit of a meme. It's a bit of a meme around these parts. People are like, when's Charge Blade? So I'll probably just do Charge Blade second. Not because I actually like Charge Blade, but because many people ask for Charge Blade for whatever reason. Made this meme. The Holy Slope Pope, yeah. Saint David, the Slope Pope, yeah. There's a slope, he's going down on it. You know what movie I watched recently too? It was The Two Popes. And holy fuck, that was boring. I was on a bit of an Anthony Hopkins kick, you see. I'm like, oh, Anthony Hopkins. He's a good actor. What's he all about? And then I watched The Two Popes, and I've never been more bored watching a film. Actually, that's not true. I remember I was on a plane once. We were on a plane going to England, I think. And I was like, I don't know, I was probably like 8 years old. And the film choices for the flight were 7 Years in Tibet and some other movie about Tibet. And I just remember, I'm like, holy shit, this is gonna be a long flight. And I was like 8 years old. It was like the most boring movies they could have picked. It was very cool. When is Charge Blade? But yeah, when Charge Blade? Did you watch Red Dragon and the 90s Dracula? I didn't watch the Dracula one. That's Bram Stoker's Dracula with, what's his name, right? God, what's his name? He's in a lot of stuff. He's like Commissioner Gordon in the new Batmans. Also, I lied. Let's do a low rank quest. God, why can't I remember his name? He's like super famous. Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman. Let's fight something stupid that I hate. No, I didn't watch that one. I watched Fracture. Fracture also has, what's his name? Sean from Breaker High in it. It's really cool because, you know. I think I basically like came to the same conclusion with Max where it's like, if Anthony Hopkins isn't playing like a psychopath, it's just a bad movie. like if Anthony Hopkins is in a movie, he should just be playing a fucking psycho. I actually said the wrong one. He should just be playing a fucking psychopath because that's all he's good at. You know, Silence of the Lambs, he's like, I ate his liver with some fava beans. And, you know, like that's good. Like that's Anthony Hopkins at his prime. And then instead you've got like him pretending to be the Pope, and it's like, ugh, so boring. And then, you know, he has a gamer moment in Fracture where he shoots his wife. It's very cool. It's like this is where we need this is where we need Anthony Hopkins, is to be a fucking insane person. Well, why Tibet? I don't know. It was just like we were flying to England, and this was like in the 90s, so they didn't have like these really nice systems where you can like pick your movie. So it was like they just played a movie, and one of them was 7 Years in Tibet, and one of them was like what was it called? It's called like Kung Lun or something. It was about like a baby king or something. It was like, holy shit, like the worst shit ever. And I probably had my Game Boy at that point. I probably had my Game Boy Color. I don't know if we actually played it. I can't remember. That was like fucking terrible. Like, I remember my mom and my dad were probably fucking pissed. Because it's just like, god damn it. We have to do this. We have to go on this shitty flight. And flying for like 8 hours or 13 hours or whatever it is sucks ass anyways. And now you just have like the two most boring films ever imagined. Like, you couldn't have picked more boring movies. And I don't know, maybe they're good movies, okay? I don't know, but they're not good movies for a fucking flight. You know? Yeah, Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman, I got it eventually. But yes, I watched Red Dragon, I watched Silence of the Lambs, I watched Fracture. What else did I watch with him in it? What was the other one? There was one more. I swear to God there was one more. You're going to England, not Tibet. Yeah. British. Yes, I went to England. I liked him in The Edge. No, dude, that Dracula movie is hilarious. Pure goth camp. I love it. Well, I mean, it's got the stupid... You've got Gary Oldman with the big white haircut, right? He's got like the red robes and like the stupid butt hair. Yeah, it's probably pretty funny. I should watch it. You're right, I probably should. Kun Lun is from Iron Fist. I don't fucking know, okay? I was like 8 years old, give me a break. I was 8 years old, forced to watch two of the most boring movies ever conceived back to back. Okay, I was just a young boy, I wasn't prepared for that. Be trapped on a flight, having to watch the two most boring movies back to back. I'm a survivor, okay? Les Stroud, eat your heart out. You know, you survived for 5 days in the African savannah or whatever. Fucking cool. I survived a trip to England watching only 7 days and 7 years in Tibet and Kun Lun or whatever, Kun Dun, whatever that shitty film was. That's real survivor right there. Okay, that's real surviving. I should be on Survivor Man. Those movies are a bit cringe in it. Yeah, fucking hell, dude. Ugh. British. I'd capture this Pacerios before he knows what hit him. I'm a survivor. We're a dying breed. Yeah, me and Les Stroud, we're the same. We're survivors. I'm a survivor, man. I survived playing Monster Hunter for like 100 hours in like a week and a half period. He survived, you know, the Gobi Desert. You know, it's exactly the same. Survived the Arctic tundra. Yeah, well, I was on a flight once, and they played two really shitty movies. We are kindred spirits, him and I. Absolutely kindred spirits. Just taking her. I'll do one more for the sake of it. Watch some footy and bless the Queen. Yeah, but you gotta specify whether you're with North FC or South FC. Which is it, bro? Let's do one more meld. I will Vulcan mind meld. Oh yeah, I did Narwa. Let's use all Narwa parts because we can use the Narwa ball sack. Majestic horn. Yeah, so you get a lot of Narwa parts, so yeah, like Narwa's probably the best way to do this. What else is weak? Let's fight.
Which quest would you like?
Is there not a Rathalos, or is he here? I'm gonna fight a low rank Nargacugi. Nargacuga. Yes. Wouldn't be caught dead with Self FC. Yeah, Self North. It's a good meme. I don't even know it that well, but I know those guys just like insanely into football or soccer if you're American. But football, because you use your football. Did you get your complimentary stabbing in the UK? No, don't they just like not let you have knives anymore? You take away everybody's guns, so then everyone uses knives to hurt each other. Very cool. Is Rathalos here? Are you serious? What's that red monster on the top right? What actually is that? Huh, is that actually... I don't think I've ever seen a Rathalos here. First time for everything, I guess. It landed on the other side. Oh my god, he's down here too. He didn't even go this way. Save a life, bend that knife. I don't know. Seems weird. You take away all the guns and then suddenly stabbings increase. Who would have get? How could this happen in England? How could this happen in British? It's almost like the British are just insanely violent people. Honestly, like it kind of seems that way. Like where is this? Where are these people just like stabbing each other? Like I don't get it. I mean, I guess there's gang violence everywhere. Like Surrey's pretty bad, but I don't know. You hear a lot about stabbings here. There's occasionally shootings, I guess. Dental bills like that. I think the bad teeth meme is pretty funny. It's probably not even that accurate anymore, honestly. No, he's gonna flip. Ugh. No, he's not gonna do the second one. Maybe that's only a high rank thing. Maybe the double's only high rank. Cool. Got you there, buddy. Ugh. Do the flip. Do the big flip. Should be going down pretty soon. Should be pretty dead pretty soon. I'm gonna harvest his brainstem. Unironically, part of the monster material you can use from Narga is his brainstem. The medulla oblongata or whatever the hell it is. It's very cool. How that would be useful in application for weapons or armor, I don't know. But those guys, those blacksmiths sure seem to want those Narga medullas for some reason. But I think that's going to be it today. We did a good day of farming and complaining about current events. Very, very cool. Did I get a Narga medulla? Probably isn't even one high rank. One more? Run. Well, you want one more? I'll give you one more. Okay. What do you want? Later, fellas. Yeah. I'll do one more. But just because Rick asked. And I wanted to see what I get from my melding anyways. Come on. No whammies. No whammies. No whammies. Stop! Not very good. Not very good. Not very good. Not very good. Terrible. The botanist level 4 is okay, I guess. Yes, let's fucking go. See ya. Yeah, bye. Bye bye. We'll do something. We'll do one more for Rick, and it's gonna be Izuchi. Izuchi Maguchi. Let's go. The easiest monster in the game. My goal here is less than a minute and a half. Okay, we're going for a less than a minute and a half kill. One more run. We're going for 1 minute and a half. Okay, 90 seconds. 90 seconds or bust. This is going to depend on if we get good luck with placement. 90 seconds. That's our goal. Okay, 90 seconds. God, he spawned up there. I think we're... Ugh. It's faster to do this. I've already wasted time. I'll never be a speedrun master. Actually, you know what's funny? I logged into speedrun.com and some guy, he took all my case 0 achievements, or all my case 0 records. I'm like, damn it. Cuz I know what's coming next. Is he's going to take my case West ones next. I know what happens next. He's going for my case West ones. He took my Amy one. He took my Amy hard percent. Oh god, what the fuck? Oh my god, whatever. This is terrible. This is like not gonna. Oh my god. This is so slow. Anyways, some guy took my K0, my speedrun world recce's. And he's gonna take my case West ones later. I know it. I know he's gonna take them. My one claim to fame with having several world recce's is just gonna be ruined. I can trap him. Do I have a trap on me? It's probably faster to kill, honestly. Got him. How long did that take? Six seconds to spare, boys. So we did it. 90 seconds. We have plenty of time, dude. Plenty of time. Easy. Easy. Is this his Dark West is doing? No, I can't remember his name. It was like Mr. Big or something. He just took my recce's. And you know what? I am not going to bother even attempting to do it. Because he's using an Xbox Series X. And I guarantee you on some level it's probably faster than my Xbox 360. But I don't care that much. I just thought it would be funny to tell you guys that my records are being stripped from me. One optional subquest. Very cool. Oh, thank God we got Wyvern riding done. Let's take it again. Oh, I didn't actually make any talismans. Whatever. We're done. Let's just quickly just see what we can do. You mean the cat? What cat? Diabolus S. I should probably just build this all. I don't even know what's good about that. I should just build everything. I don't have a Tiger X model. I guess I should build the boots. Mind's Eye. Earplugs. Earplugs Bludgeoner. That set might not be bad. Mind's Eye 2, Bludgeoner 2, Earplugs 2. Get the Earplugs 3 charm I have. I think I have an Earplugs 3 charm. And you just build a bunch of crap. It's like all this stuff is like not very good though. Like I probably don't need like the Rathalos set because like attack 7's not that great. Good, good. Should build that actually. Just build this whole Narga set because it's fine. Tobias? Mind's Eye 1. Mind's Eye 2, sure. Full Barrios set. These are pretty good. Looks fine. Don't need any Remorbra stuff. Should probably build that. Just because. Even though you look like a fucking weeb. No thank you. Did Sephiroth do this? You mean the cat cash advantage? No. That was Rick's thing. Big the cat? No. Big the cat did not take my world recce's. Normal wrap it up and Pierce up. Damn, my guy's fucking toned as hell. Focus power prolonger. Oops, all trash. Oops, all trash. Actually, I've fought a ton of Viserios, so just build everything. Juria Toadies, yes. Those are probably the worst bits. It's like, sockets are hard to come by, so it's not actually that useful. Stuff like this is useful, though. The gloves are just sockets, so it's skippable. Spare shot, spare shot. It's also a spare shot. Spare shot poison attacks? Like, what the fuck? Who made this? Who designed this? I want to know. I want answers. What are these? Quality Fin? Oh. Yeah, I gotta fight Dalex. High rank Dalex. Okay, whatever. Let's just finish grabbing as much as we can. I'll build as many armor sets as I can, and then we'll just get out of here. Figure out what pieces I'm missing. I need one Royal Ludroth Claw. It's like, okay. High quality pelt. Yeah, okay. That's probably good. Probably good. That one's probably better. Jaggy Mask. I can become Jaggy. You know what? Those hands aren't bad. Considering how early you can fight Jaggy. Master Mounters, like whatever. Water attack 3, water attack 2. Bofango Mask S. Bludgeoner 2. One socket, probably not. Pierce up. I don't know how good Pierce is. Artillery is fine. Artillery also fine. Pierce up is also fine. Can become little boy. Power prolonger is fine. Yes. 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 Special ammo boost. Heroics, no. Focus and Slugger. None of that's very good. None of that's very good. Jump Master Critical Eye and 2 sockets. What's Kulu got? 1 socket. That's 2 Critical Eye, so that's better. Need high quality pelts. It's like whatever. Counter Strike 1, no. Yeah, it's probably trash. No, we want to build this because you look like a fucking cowboy, and that's the coolest shit ever. So yes. Oh my god, I don't have a great Roggy brace. What have I done? These are fine. I guess that's kind of decent hunting horn chest. Kind of. I mean, I probably have enough baggy material to build the whole set. Yeah. Azuchi S is the same. Yep. Great Azuchi Tail Plus. I'm low on those. It's because I never break them. Become the dapper bug boy. No, thank you. Paralysis attack is 2. This one actually looks pretty fucking cool, actually. But I probably wouldn't advocate for it. Although that is actually pretty damn good. Weakness Exploit 2 on Waste is pretty sick, so yeah. I gotta figure out how to get it. You need a Toxic Kumori, 2 quality stomachs, and an Almudron plate. I mean, that's a pretty decent... That's a pretty decent waste. It's actually pretty comparable to this, actually. All the way down here. Crit Eye 2, critical draw 1 with a 1 socket. I think that's better overall. But Weakness Exploit 2 is no joke. Bone S. Got a large bone for you to examine, etc., etc. Yeah, Crit eye, water attack, that's fine. Oh, this has handicraft. What? Really? Remover hide and dragon arrow. Very interesting that has handicraft. Yeah, these kind of suck. I probably wouldn't bother with any of this stuff. Unless you wanted like a geology set. The geology decos are pretty easy. Critical Eye 2 and Heroics with a 2 socket. This might not actually be terrible. You just buy them too. Yeah, just buy the whole set. Whatever, just equip it. He does it for free. As soon as it's basically over, I'm gonna go now. Yeah, see you guys. Yeah, I know. I'm just dicking around. I won't hold you any longer. In fact, we're just gonna save and quit. Yeah, thanks for watching me farm, guys. Hope you had fun. Damn it. I said 2 hours only, and now we're like 3.5. Okay. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you when we see you.